Ah, yes, I see the sun has set and the time has come to slip out of our comfortable places and seek out the hideous light leaking from the cracks in the illusion. Welcome, viewers! Join us as we seek to glimpse a world far darker and more terrifying than the one we thought existed around us, as we seek out the twisted past that will allow us to see past the lie. I am Tyler, Eldritch Echoes Online, and will be your angel of death for this terrifying tale. We are Vorpal Tales, and we have a variety of terrifying tales and awesome adventures we play every week, Sunday to Friday, all at 9 p.m. Eastern. Right now, it's Conan, Adventures in an Age Undreamed of on Sundays, Chronicles of Darkness, No Time for Reality on the Onyx Path channel on Mondays, Dungeon of the Mad Mage on Tuesdays, World of Darkness Ghost Hunters, again on Onyx Path on Wednesdays, at least for one more session, and then Mage of the Ascension 20th Anniversary Edition. On Thursdays, our holiday season Pugmire show begins very shortly. Check that out. It's fun and funny and hilarious all at once. Be a good dog. And on Fridays, we have two bi-weekly rotating shows. Alien the RPG playing Destroyer of Worlds, and of course this game. Also on next Friday, we'll be doing our Halloween special right here at this time. Starting at 9, stopping when it's finished, or all the investigators die. Playing Call of Cthulhu 7th Edition. And on November 7th, we will be doing a 24-hour broadcast with our team, involving 2 live shows and as many video games as we can cram in support of Extra Life. Come check out our page. Links will be available on all of our media, thank you, Ever, as of today, so you can figure out what the lineup will be once we release the schedule and where you can donate. Speaking of Kult Divinity Lost, a special thanks tonight to Modifius Entertainment for always having their players' backs, Helmgast for making a great game, and allowing us to use the original soundtrack for Divinity Original Sin, which you could buy by going to Helmgast, HELMGAST.bandcamp.com. Thanks to Astral Tabletop, who make the virtual tabletop we use for all of our games, except for one. And my brother at N8MIDD for custom Astral Tabletop sheets we and everyone who uses Astral gets to enjoy. You can seek us out on almost all social media platforms by looking up Vorpal Tales. You can also find us on YouTube, Twitch, and soon all your favorite podcast platforms. Come to our website, vorpaltales.com. Get links to everything, including our Discord. Doomed Seekers of Enlightenment, tell everyone who you are and the name of your alter ego in this terrifying tale.
Hello, I am Steve. You can find me on the internet at Voodoo Arcade. And tonight I will be playing the trauma lover, Justin Clarence.
Hi all, I'm Ever, my pronouns are they, them, and you can find me all over the internet as Changeling Ever, and tonight I will be playing Bennett, aka Ben or Benny Reed, the traumatized, and his pronouns are he and him.
And I am Dwayne. You guys can find me on the internet at Made of Kimchi. Tonight I will be playing Dr. Nelson, the guilt-stricken, crazed doctor.
And hello, hi, I'm Tim, and I am playing the one and only Desmond Mercer. Yes, no, maybe, yes, I think so, possibly, yes. And you can find me on the internet at Othello, yes, Othello's99, yes, indeed. Good.
I am a person in current ownership of a flashlight, which you may or may not hear her as the day and night goes on.
Did you say flashlight or fleshlight?
Fleshling?
I'm going with the middle choice. Carry on.
A child. But yeah. Oh, an angry child. I am playing the very repressed anger monster who is, I believe his name's Damien, if I remember correctly. Uh-oh. Oh, Jack Zaleski, excuse me, Jack.
You're muted.
One more time with that last name, John. Sorry, I was muted.
Zaleski, Jack
Thank you.
Zaleski.
All right.
And
Before
I
we
am a
begin,
he.
sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I said I am a he.
Yes. Before we begin, a word of warning to the viewers. The tales told in this game are far darker and more macabre, violent, and trigger-filled than any of our other games. We, of course, have pre-filled out consent forms, along with stop, pause, and other such tools. But it's fair to warn you, the viewers, as well. And now, we begin our terrifying tale of woe for these 5 lashed and chained mortals. Let's see if they can avoid sawing out their own veins once they learn the truth. Ever, if you would, please regale us on how our get-to-know-each-other character creation session went and the limited information you received about your first foray into horror.
Well, there's not much to recap. However, we went over the rules, and our characters were described to the audience and each other. We got to hear all of the rich, amazing, horrific backstories of each of the characters, recounted in as much detail as possible, and introduced how our beings were touched in some way by the Inferno. Sorry, I'm going to stop that now. After an arduous journey through these torturous, looking at no one in specific, Justin, characters' lives, the players did in-character rounds of Never Have I Ever, Would You Rather, and a few other camaraderie building exercises, and it was super informative and amusing for everyone involved. And to be honest, if I could totally do that with every game, I probably would, because that was a lot of fun. Even though ours were a little, spooky woo. Knocked one out before it could be given to me. Ha! Sorry.
You actually are going to do that in all of my games from now on.
Yes. It's so unique. Like,
fun and very useful.
Yeah, I really got into character. I think everyone else did too. So it was pretty badass. And then that was the bulk of the session. Towards the end, we got to be told about this event we'd be going to. This, I didn't type down the name of it. Write down? I didn't get the name of it, but it was a big collection of a lot of torture-themed and terrifying, oppressive type artwork that our characters normally wouldn't go to, but we were invited by our mutual friend. I've written down, scrolling down. Gabriella Pirelli. Pirelli. Okay.
Just say, you tell me.
Well, okay, considering that she's from Spain, I would think the double L's would be a y sound, Gabriella, but that doesn't make sense. I've never heard anyone say that. So, Gabriella Pirelli. That really sounds Italian, but I digress. She knows and has slept with all of our characters at some point or another. Tim has indeed done the horizontal stabby stab with her. Don't look at me like that, Dwayne. And
a new twist on stab, 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 stab.
Yes, precisely. John's muted over there going, no. So, she's invited all of us and encouraged all of us to attend, and I have a feeling this may be where we encounter some supernatural spooky woo. Either that or just are really miserable and want to go home, so we just eat all the wine and cheese.
Definitely that one.
Yeah.
All right, who was taking notes last session so you can regale the party with how you got your invitations and your connections to the important people at this gala? And to remind the viewers, it is the first ever unveiling of the completely united set, the Atrocity Exhibition.
Yes, Guy Vokolin's Atrocity Exhibition.
Sort of.
What? Collins? I could use some.
Is it Vokolin?
Correct. There you go.
The exhibition was set up by socialite Lady Dubois.
Correct.
And that's about all I have. Mary Jansen.
Broke up for a second there. What about her?
Mary Jansen. Mary Jansen died. That's what I have.
Mary Jansen is your friend.
Yeah.
Mary Jansen works for the Cecil Thorne Art Center where the gala is taking place. You had been having lunch with her and she seemed nervous and out of sorts, so after getting her to tell you what was wrong, she told you she had weird reservations about this exhibition. Weird things have been going on. She asked you to show up on opening night, if for no other reason than to make her feel better with your implacable stoicism and endless atheism of all things bizarre and weird. That was you.
I don't remember specifically anything. We got an invitation. I thought.
Yeah, for the life of me, I did not take that particular note. And I do not remember. I think it had something to do with my father-in-law, if I remember correctly. I know my wife loved this exhibition, or this artist, and that they were doing an exhibition on...
Correct. In your case, you wormed, sweet-talked, and finagled your way into getting an invitation, even though it's very much outside your set. Anytime you can be reminded of your wife or be closer to her, you do whatever is necessary to make that happen. That was your connection. Justin.
Yeah.
Your connection was that you're a debutante, and you know Dubois, Samantha Church, possibly even William Reeves, because they are your set, mingle amongst the elite of the city. Of course you received an invitation.
Yeah. Well, okay, you said Lady Dubois. What was the other name?
The Dubois, Marielle and her husband.
Marielle and her husband.
Her husband's name is Anthony. Samantha Church and William Reeves may also be in your circle.
One more time?
I apologize, just Samantha Church.
Samantha Church. That's right. I remember this now because I got distracted because I remembered the Mitch Hedberg joke about the Dubois. Thank you.
Well, I found my notes, but they're not on my notes.
Samantha Church is, what's the word here? Nosy person that is trying to get a story from the Dubois. That's why you would know her, because she's probably tried to have an interview with you, these Philippines. Somewhere between an actual reporter and a gossip mag writer.
And I don't know how I got my invitation. I have all my notes, but that just didn't make it on there somehow.
You cashed in some of your connections, some of your favorite chips, because Falkland was known amongst his circle as a mad virtuoso or a dark prophet. He had so much infamy surrounding him, it was like a miasma. He was rumored to have studied at the feet of death itself, his insight resonating within his macabre, beautiful artwork. His visions of death are entrancing and horrifying. In the end, he was consumed by his own madness and hedonism and ended his own life. Not as in, oh poor me, I'm an artist who must end my life because nothing means anything. No, because I go to death, it calls to me. Where I am going is better than where I am. This, of course, fascinated you.
I like him. He's got
So
the
again,
he's got the right idea here.
Much like Jack, you did what you had to do to get an invitation. As for Ever's character, as the one currently in a relationship with the NPC, you Or dragged in because she got a ticket because she knows everyone. She's taking you as her +1. Whether you want to be or not.
Not. I'd rather be at a coffee shop listening to an open mic night. You know, the stuff that they didn't have and
Oh, can
where
I have a
used to live.
+1? I have this lovely spleen I can put googly eyes on and bring.
According to the invitation, ignore the apostrophe as ever. According to the invitation, the showing, after more than 3 decades, only being shown apart in its entirety, you will be seeing the Triumph de la Mort at the Cecil Thorne Arts Center at midnight on the day of the showing. Please arrive by 9 p.m.
The Triumph of Death. Okay.
I have become death.
This guy. This fucking guy.
The culmination of Auckland's life experiences and artistic skill. The Atrocity exhibition consists of 8 oil paintings and 1 triptych. Each piece is an exquisite combination of anamorphosis and naturalism, representing elements of mortality. The prison, the coupling, the wanderer, the 3 angels, fool's wisdom, a tono caldo, a feast of ignorance, triumphator, and the centerpiece, the tears of Jaraba. To you, how you prepare. This is the fanciest of events.
You asked me?
The group.
The group.
You can't show up in a cheap suit you had in the back of your closet or a weird costume from the Halloween art superstore.
Well, I'm bound.
I do that really pretentious rich person dressed down look, right? So like where everything's still really expensive, but it's like the $300 like V-neck tee, but like, you know, with the jacket over it, then, you know, like that whole look where it's like the rich casual, so that I can stroll in and be, you know, like obviously I still look there because my clothes are of a certain stature, but I'm not all stuffy and like uptight like these other idiots. I'm kind of just cool and down to earth and approachable, and that way I can mingle with more people.
Black tie event, but you're you, and you can stretch that if you find a clever way. V-neck won't cut it. You're just gonna wear a tie, like a.
Just have a tie over.
I had the word and I lost it.
No.
Like an ascot?
No, I got it.
No, like he's just gonna wear a tie around his V-neck, like he's
I know what you're talking about. I can't think of who though. But yeah, no, I won't do that. That's a little too gauche. So no, instead of that, it's a black tie only event. And so what I'll do is I'll come in the tux then, but with the undone bow tie and have it look like I've been out since last night. And this is the second place that I'm showing up without changing my clothes. So it's the... Oh, yes, sorry, I've lost track of time, and I hope you don't mind.
Excellent. And you don't have to do anything special to make this happen, because you're rich and filthy, but not filthy rich. Doctor.
I will adorn my best Dr. No outfit.
Ooh.
You have one already?
I do.
It's good. Because your life prospects aren't so great right now when it comes to $1,000 or $10,000 suits.
But it is it's not gray like the traditional. It's like a deep green. Almost like a deep emerald green.
Huh.
Okay. Jack, what about you?
So he's going to do the same thing every person who doesn't have any money does when asked for to a black tie event or a wedding or whatever have you, and that is go visit a rental store. He's going to spend as much as he reasonably can. He wants to look nice. He doesn't want to look like he was just drug out of a gutter. So he's going to have really nice cufflinks. Just a really it's a really nice jacket with a vest on the inside with red and embroidery on it, and it's going to be a double button down jacket. No coattails, and then he's just going to have the kind of like matching pants to go with it, and then the mirror-like dress shoes on there, and he is going to look uncharacteristically good for Jack.
So it will be obvious to any of the elite that your tux is rented, but your cufflinks are very nice. They're the ones from your wedding. And you're not elite enough to even realize, let alone care what people think of your shoes.
No, I don't. He doesn't really care what the other people around him is. It's more for him than anything else. He just wants to, for once in a very long time, feel like he's valuable and feel like he has some amount of control over his life. Spoiler, he probably doesn't, but he wants to feel that way.
Bennett.
So, I did not dress myself because I don't give a crap about this event. Not really, anyway. I mean, the art, sure, but the company, not so much. So, Gabriella picked out my outfit. She went with this suit jacket with a, some sort of non-button dressy shirt. It's got this weird texture and it's all like silky and gross and I hate it. And really fancy jeans, like they don't feel like jeans. I feel like if I attempt to do any specific movement, they'll just disintegrate. I don't know. She's got really weird taste. I'm not a big fan. And
like jigging?
No, they're kind of like they're boot cut, but they're made out of really thin, stretchy material. I don't know. I guess they're jeggings, but she put me in these fancy shoes that are leather, I guess, but they've got this dumb texture. They're like reptile or alligator. I don't know. I don't wear shit like this, so. But she's really sweet, and she's really excited about this show, so I'll wear pretty much anything she asks me to. So there's that. And she like slicked back my hair or something and put some sort of slimy shit in it. I don't know. I don't normally wear hair products. Just bun, done. I don't care.
Desmond.
Bun and done.
So I'm gonna cash in. Not really favors, but I'm gonna call up a couple of friends of mine that work at assorted funeral homes that let me in. And I'm just gonna rummage around the few that have already been put aside to get dropped down, and I'm just gonna go ahead and randomly pick a couple of things that I think will fit, because I obviously don't have any money to actually get an actual suit. So you're
stealing suits from people who are about to be buried.
Yes.
Excellent. It doesn't quite fit right, and it has that
I have no intention of
it's been in
returning.
storage for 50 years spell. But it's tux. What's your
Okay.
shoes?
Same thing. I'm just gonna find the closest pair of shoes that looks like they fit me, and I don't even care if the colors match.
So,
Then I'm
I
gonna
love
have.
this idea. I love this idea, but it's Kult. You must be punished for everything. So you actually find shoes. They're really, really nice and really fancy, but they're a size too small, and it will penalize your speed when it comes time to run. I mean, walk.
I'll take it.
And last but not
Easy, man.
least, Gabriella.
Sorry, I inhaled and I almost died.
No
I don't know
die.
why, but I
Take a
instinctively
moment to
looked at
catch your
shoes.
breath. It's all good.
No
Air is
die.
dangerous.
I
Air
know,
is
right?
dangerous.
What the heck? Air, oxygen.
It corrodes you.
I just I panicked a little. That was all that was. No, I'm just kidding. So Gabriella is wearing a shorter than she should dress, but it's okay because the only thing that's actually shorter is the slit. It comes up to like almost her panty line, you know,
Oh.
on the hip. And she's got impossibly high heeled shoes on. She's actually taller than Bennett right now because of how high her heels are. And sparkles everywhere. And the dress is this possibly inappropriate, but maybe not, depending on the people attending, seductive red. And almost the color of like spilled blood. Freshly spilled blood, which is not a dark red. It's actually very bright red. Don't ask me why I know that. And she's got matching lipstick, ridiculous amounts of mascara, but it doesn't look like tarantula legs. It looks like just the smoothest mascara you could possibly ask for, and perfect smoky eye, and her hair is pulled to the side and there's just ringlets going down, and she's wearing jewelry, but it's not, what's the word, it's not gaudy. It's simple. Red droplets on the ears of ruby, and then a matching necklace to go with it. And Bennett, you know, really sweet guy, saved up a lot of money to buy her a matching bracelet. But like the smallest of gemstones. She'd probably not own anything with that small of gemstones, but she thought Bennett was really sweet. You know, he did his best working where he does, and yeah.
Excellent. How are we arriving? Are we going as a group of friends? This is where Steve's character laughs.
I'll meet you there.
How are you arriving, Justin?
Ferrari?
Okay. Mostly, yeah. I'm curious if it was you were driving yourself or taking a limo. Ferrari it is. So Bennett and Gabriella, how are you arriving?
Well, Bennett's driving. Okay then. Sorry about that.
He says no.
Apparently, my dog says you're not going anywhere. What are you talking about? So they took Gabriella's vehicle, which is much nicer than Bennett's, which is a bicycle. He bikes everywhere because he lives in the city, and leave him alone. He's poor. God.
Bennett
Dude.
probably has Gabriella probably has some random sports car from a former lover.
She does. She has a. What was my dream car when I was a kid? Mazda Miata. Yeah.
That makes sense considering the time period we're in, yes. Alright. What about the rest of you single gentlemen? Separately or as a group, since you all know you're all going?
I took the bus.
The bus doesn't go there. It's an isolated art center as far as bus
I
routes
took
go.
the bus as close as I could, and then I walked.
2 miles? In a tux.
Yes, because I don't have money.
Sure you don't want to ask your friends for a ride? I don't mind either way. But you know,
All
it's
right,
gonna
then
be raining.
then I would probably ride with the doctor, and then we could talk anatomy.
That's exciting because I probably would have gotten a ride with Mary. That way I could have gone in the back way and not had to deal with all the socialites out front.
That's
So
fine. I'll go in
actually,
the trunk.
you'll have to go in through the front. Mary can't control that, and Mary's been there since 9 a.m. in the morning. It's not till 9 p.m. you can even show up.
Oh, poo.
Good thought, though.
Well, then I guess I'll just Uber it.
Come get me.
That leaves you, reluctant bachelor. You could drive them both if you offered. You have a car. I mean, it's just a Kia, but it's a car.
I mean,
Got 4 wheels and an engine.
I would offer. I'd just be like, I have a car if we're struggling to get there. I mean, we could just park out. We could just park at the parking structure next to it and walk. Like, I mean, I know it's a Kia, but you know, fuck them rich assholes anyway.
I would appreciate a ride because I don't even have a license.
All right, so that's one for the Kia.
I
What about you,
practice
doctor?
medicine, and I don't have a license. I don't see any problems with this.
Okay, that's 2 for. All right, let's go. Let's get in the Kia.
Dwayne, out of curiosity, are you referring to a driver's license or a medical license?
Yes.
I don't have a driver's
Insert
license.
why not both gifts.
Shouldn't ask such questions.
Don't ask, we won't tell.
Don't ask such foolish things.
I do have my general practice license.
I think the best.
you sure?
I think the better question is it valid?
Yeah,
You
you
have
have it.
I have
But
it.
is it
I didn't.
valid?
That's all I said. I have one.
Okay.
It's like I have one. See, look, and I hold up a piece of paper and it says medical license in crayon.
So, you all show up on time? It wouldn't be right for you to be fashionably late, Justin, because it's not your event. But you still could.
I would suggest that us 3 not be late, but not early.
Yeah,
Well-
we don't. Not the 10 minutes early, or just show up as.
We should be scrambling through the doors. They try to lock them.
Right.
So I'll actually get there a little
Is
bit
that like
early.
9:01?
I'll get there right when it's kind of considered still early, and play into that whole like, I got stuck between here and home. And I just decided to go ahead and come here. So if I go home, then I'll been up all night. Mind if I come in?
Okay, so Justin, you pull in and you actually see that there's already people waiting. You heave a heavy sigh as you realize they're not letting you in early. There's a line already. There's a lot of security here. Doesn't necessarily surprise you considering the rarity of this. Super famous, weird, freaky artist, all of his stuff in one place, first time in 3 decades. You know how it is.
Sure.
So you pull up, you open your door, and there's a kid standing there. When the illusion of dressed in a nice suit, but you can tell it's rented, it doesn't fit him right.
This kid?
However, he's clearly a valet.
Right.
He just looks at you expectantly.
In the keychain.
Leave the keys in the ignition, and I'll just, get out and let him do his thing.
He gets in, and then he gently clears his throat.
Can I try to... Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, of course. $1.
Classy.
You drive a Ferrari
He
and
looks
you
at
tip
you.
him one.
He looks at the dollar. He looks back at you. He looks at the car and he gives you a look without saying a word, but he's clearly, you know, you give me control of your really expensive sports car and you're tipping me $1, right, asshole? Without saying a word, that's what his look says.
Oh yeah, that's what his look says. I kind of look him up and down and I'm just like, your employer, just remember, your employer has all your information.
Thank you, sir. Shuts the door and peels out, ruining some of your really nice rubber.
Mm-hmm.
This is a minimum wage job for this kid.
It's perfectly fine.
There are many well-dressed people in line. There is an awning to protect you from the rain because it is raining. Of course, even stepping out of your car, you're under the awning. Just gonna stand in line and wait, or are you gonna try to talk to some of these people? I mean, you recognize some by face and by reputation. They're not friends.
Right. I'll look around. Just striking up a conversation with the first kind of person that I get to in line. Just I don't know why I didn't think that this line you would think would be even longer with what an occasion this is going to be. Falkland's complete showing. Have you ever seen a piece before?
Woman turns around, long flowing black hair and ringlets, tight dress, pure white teeth, ruby lipstick, beautiful caramel skin. She's the whole package.
Oh, nice.
She smashes a beautiful smile at you and says, "Yes, it should be fascinating. So macabre, don't you think?" And giggles.
Oh, yes. Very, very macabre. Somewhat, just so eerie sometimes to look upon it, am I right? Makes your skin just crawl.
Positively scandalous.
Yes.
Looks you up and down. I like your suit.
Oh, thank you. I've been just... Thank you. And I like your dress very much.
Also positively scandalous. Gives you a smoky look.
Yes, of course. Well, not quite scandalous yet.
She extends her hand in the dainty, limp, rich person style. Marielle Dubois.
Justin. That's all for now.
A pleasure, I'm sure.
Oh no. All mine.
She pulls out a tiny little metal box and says, "Something to pass the time." Clicks it open, puts her thumb on it.
Well, unfortunately, I'm already partaken in certain substances over the course of last evening, so if you don't mind, I'll abstain for the moment. As you can see,
Continues.
I was gonna say, as you can see, just coming off of a long night myself, and only have more to go.
Perhaps later then.
Oh yes.
For smoky eyes and stamina.
Absolutely.
She continues to make low-level flirtations with you as time passes. A few minutes later, after two more sports cars and then a SUV limo show up, a Kia pulls up.
Classy.
There's a bunch of people just quietly talking, passing the time, waiting for it to open. And the murmuring just entirely stops. By now there's like 30 people in line. I'll just look for a minute, and you hear asshole rich people chortles and some nasty comments, and then the small talk resumes.
What kind of Kia, actually? Is it like a Kia Soul, or...?
That is up to John's character.
Probably a Kia Sophia.
I have no idea. The one that goes me meow.
A Honda Prius.
I feel personally attacked. Owning a
What?
Kia Soul. No.
I'm gonna say,
I had one.
you're gonna make Space Lord mad too.
I used to have the special edition.
We have matching cars.
We'll call it a soul for ease of reference. It's a Kia Soul.
Here, I'm looking it up, but I am not a
Canary,
Kia
Swear.
canary yellow.
Ugh.
Oh my
Absolutely.
God.
Everyone on the fucking block sees it.
That's right.
And I get out of the when I get out of the car.
Even the valet's like, park, sir.
I get out of the car. I hand the kid a 20.
He looks at it. He looks at you. Tries to fist bump you. You let him.
Hell yeah.
He says, "I know some asshole in a Ferrari that's getting less than choice parking now." He drives off with your car.
I tip. I nod at him, and I look at all. I just do a measure up of all the fucking rich guys. Just up
They're
and
not all
down
rich people,
the
but
door.
even the ones that are hanging on the rich people. You're the only ones not.
Oh yeah, I look at all of them, and I just give them the biggest smile, and I go to the back of the line.
They are utterly ignoring you. Even Justin, who you know,
That's fine.
who is softly talking and giggling with one of the hottest women you've ever seen. All three of them.
That is perfectly fine. I don't give two shits.
Justin locks eyes with you, and his eyes just slide off you.
It's kind of like,
Yeah, I don't know this guy. Fuck that guy. He's poor. He don't got no money. Fuck this guy.
And finally, 1 minute past the hour, the last car shows up. It's, of course, Gabriella and Ever's character at last.
Wait,
Yeah,
did Dwayne not show up?
Gabriella likes to be fashionably late for some reason. I mean,
Car
she
stops.
did, like, distract
Go
me
ahead.
while I was driving, so.
Oh, of course. Gabriella gets out of the car, and once again, the rich people audience hushes, but for a different reason this time. And a different sort of murmuring happens before they return to their conversations.
can I try to read whatever that murmur
The
is?
valet is like, Can I car your park, ma'am? Can you do what, Justin?
I was gonna ask if I could read that tone to kind of see, like, is it complete awe? Is it fear? Like, you know.
Marielle is one of the most beautiful women in the city.
Sure.
She's a supermodel.
Okay.
And it kind of just, like, interjects and goes, yes, you can park her car. You know, if you can actually say it right. Here. And hands him an appropriate tip, which player does not know what an appropriate tip is for that.
But
So I
Gabriella
will-
does.
Doesn't either.
Actually, you were pretty close, John, for an event like this. Gabriella has told you in advance what to tip.
I knew it was over $1.
So yeah, Bennett hands off what Gabriella had told him would be the tip, and goes, if you pick up your jaw off the floor, you could probably park it a little easier.
Thank you, sir. Jealous look. Drives off with the car. You get in line. There's 2 or 3 other couples between you and 3 of your friends, and then several more couples, and then Justin and a hot girl. You don't recognize anyone else. Gabriella, though, looks at the people in front of her and says, "Oh, hi, insert names here," and immediately starts making small talk.
It feels completely out of place and just sticks his hands in his pockets and just, nods along to the conversation and...
Excellent. The door is open. And people are let in. There's 35 or 40 of you by now at this point. As you enter the door, there's large, beefy security guards flanking the door on the left and right in exquisite James Bond suits. There's a doorman looking at tickets, and then after he scrutinizes them and checks the guest list, he hands the ticket back. And then there's a row of people there to greet everyone as they come in. The row of people, of course, includes Marielle Dubois and her husband, includes Mary and a few other people you don't recognize. Probably tied to the show itself. So, after you wait around impatiently for a while, you come up to the ticket taker, Justin. He takes your ticket, he looks it over, scrutinizes you, looks at the guest list, smiles, says, "Ah, of course, welcome, sir, welcome. Keep your ticket with you. You'll need it for the actual showing. Please enjoy yourself. The bar is that way." And he points to a different room, and then he points to another room and says, You may find hors d'oeuvres and other such food in there. We have an exquisite lineup tonight. I'm sure you will enjoy it. We have an elegant selection of Tunisian and French cuisine. Enjoy yourself, sir."
I look him up and down and I'm just like, yes, exquisite indeed. I feel very safe with you here. Thank you for your service to our safety. Have a good evening.
He looks at the woman behind you and says, "And you, ma'am, I'm sure you're with him?" And she says, "I am now." He checks her invitation. She grabs your arm, and now you have a date.
All right.
After a few more people, the three of you come up. Doctor's first. He looks you up and down. He looks at your invitation, marks you off, gives you the same treatment as Justin.
Wow. Thank you, my good man.
And then, Bennett steps up. Hands him his ticket. He looks at the ticket. He looks at Bennett. Just nods and hands it back. That way, sir.
Thanks, Gabriella.
And then he gushes over Gabriella for like a minute and a half. It is clear the man is not sexually attracted to her. He swings for the other team, but he knows who she is. And like they catch up for a minute and a half like old friends holding up the line.
Who is this?
Gabriella pushed her way through the line and got ahead of the boys. The boys didn't notice.
Right.
That was
You said one of the security guards?
No, the guy, the ticket taker wasn't a security guard.
Oh, sorry. Then I misread that situation.
Oh, that's fine.
I still
He would not have corrected you.
Okay. I still would have called him exquisite, though.
All right. It's also entirely possible he's in charge of the security detail, even though he's not part of it.
Gotcha.
The three of you are like, how did they get ahead of us? What the hell happened? Gabriella has that effect. That happens a lot. Kind of surprising she didn't get ahead of Justin. And then the three of you step up. I'm sorry, two of you. I already let the doctor in. Two of you step up. And he looks at Desmond, looks at Desmond's invitation, checks his list, checks it again, makes a quiet call on the radio, shrugs. "Welcome, sir."
Thank you.
And then Jack. Last but not least, poor Jack. He basically ignores you and lets you through. Nothing special or weird happens with you. You're a non-entity to him, Jack.
Ouch.
I would rather be a non-entity.
You're allowed inside. The building itself is 3 stories. One of them is the basement, so there's only 2 stories as far as you're concerned. When you walk into the building, on the main floor, you enter the lower gallery. This area serves as a gallery for local artists, as well as the art produced in regular classes that happen here. There's a small bar and catering table here. This is not the main bar and catering area, but when you first walk in, if you need that drink, here you go. Immediately to your left is a closed classroom, not in use tonight. Well, closed as in the door is shut. It's open if you want to go in and look around. To your right are 2 small workrooms, a tool room, a metal and wood shop, and a ceramic studio. Again, you could wander around, but there's nothing happening in it. Deeper into the room, there's a grand staircase going up to the 2nd floor balcony. To the left is the loading dock and maintenance area. You can see a small forklift in the corner through the slit windows, but the metal grate's pulled shut. To the right of the main room is cramped security offices. Everything is closed, but there's a bunch of little doors and they all say security. If you head deeper into the lower gallery, on your left is the library. It's open, but no one is in there. You can tell the lights are on and it's left open for people to wander around, but it's no people in there currently. If you go past the stairs but not up the stairs, there are closed rooms in the back. One looks like a security room, probably a vault of some kind, or a panic room, or a place to keep the crazy expensive stuff. On the right is the curator's office. That would be Mary, the doctor. And on the left is some other kind of room. Can't tell from this side. If you were to go up the stairs, however, to the second floor, you would run into the mezzanine that looks down onto the main floor. The Hewitt Gallery, which is open, the Rosenfeld Gallery, which is open, and the Dubois Gallery, which is currently closed with heavy curtains covering it and velvet ropes, and 2 very large security guards standing in front of it, and the Van Hassen Gallery, which is open. Nope, I messed up the description of the main floor a little bit. I threw some basement things in there, I apologize. There's also a large information desk when you walk in. That's where you present your tickets. There's a coat room, bathrooms for the men and women, and in the lower gallery in the center is an elegant fountain and some statuary. There's a small podium set up there between the stairwells directly in front of the fountain for the speech. Also, if you head deeper into the first floor, you'll find the cafe where the full spread is.
That's where I'm going.
There's a very extravagant buffet in there. It's also a closed art gallery shop that's not open at all to the public. And then more offices.
In proper rich person fashion, with all that food there, I eat nothing, but I do grab a drink.
They have the most expensive of bourbons, whiskeys, vodkas, whatever you're after.
I will actually grab a flute of champagne.
They hook you up.
Yeah.
You get one for your new lady friend.
Yes. What was her name again?
DeSalle.
Marianne Dubois.
Oh, I'm sorry, DeSalle. From Salt.
So this is Mary Ann, but then it's Marielle Dubois?
Correct, those are different people.
Got it.
Entirely.
Okay, making sure. Cool.
Rich people like the name Mary.
They do, apparently.
It's old money.
And Elizabeth and Victoria.
It's correct, expect those to come up.
And Philip.
So I bring the flute back to Marianne. Like, drink?
Of course. What shall we toast to?
To the macabre?
She giggles and toasts you, and you have a sip. Before you have time to start stuffing your face there, though, Desmond, you hear the tinging of the champagne glass, which means someone's going to talk, and you should all shut up and listen. Or at least pretend to.
That's fine. I'm just gonna load a plate full of little hors d'oeuvres with cocktail weenies and whatever they've got there, and with toothpicks on everything, and then go to the bar and ask for a can of Dr. Pepper.
The bartender waves you off because there's a speech about to happen, and you can't be rude.
Fine. I'll just stand there with my paper plate of hors d'oeuvres and toothpicks sticking up, waiting for the
Paper. It's not paper. It's clear plastic that looks like glass.
Oh, okay, that then. Sorry. I will stand there with my plastic clear charger.
Marielle. Yes, Marielle steps up to the podium, Marielle Dubois. She's pale and gaunt and super animated, almost strangely animated. Stand by one moment. When the Dubois arrive, it creates a bit of a stir in the room that everyone notices because they're the, what do you call it? They're the hosts, of course. They exchange pleasantries with a few of their friends on their way through the room, including Justin, but it's shorter pleasantries. And then Marielle makes her way to the podium and asks for attention. By now it's about 9:20. She thanks everyone for their support and welcomes them to the center. She discusses her history with Falkland and how she knew him when he was alive and what a unique man he was, comparing him to a modern Caravaggio. Her speech seems impassioned, perhaps unusually impassioned. She is so excited and animated, a few of the people in the audience that probably know her whisper amongst themselves. Like, when she's done, everyone does a polite clap and she begins filtering through the crowd, saying, "Until midnight, please feel free to explore, mingle, eat your fill, and check out the other exhibitions that are open."
I'm going back to that bartender because I want that can of Dr. Pepper.
How long was her speech?
5-ish minutes.
Okay.
10.
Yeah, so after like the first few minutes, she's just kind of doing like the normal like thank you like thing that she's doing. What I would have liked to have done, kind of put my hand on the small of Marianne's back, just kind of like lean in. What do you say we go explore one of those side rooms really quick?
You want to try to leave during the speech?
Yeah, just kind of like slip away as much as possible.
To which side room?
You said one of the classrooms was open?
Okay.
Yeah.
I misspoke. They're actually downstairs, but it's accessible. It's not closed off.
Okay.
You slip towards the stairs, and there's a security guard there, but he just kind of gives you the fucking rich people look and doesn't stop you. You slip downstairs into the room.
Okay. We'll slip down into that classroom that you said, and it's just like a room with desks, I imagine, or tables.
Easels and tables, yeah.
Okay. So I'll go in there, lead the two of us in there, and then wave her in, and then close the door and lock it.
It doesn't have a padlock lock. It has a key lock.
Yeah. I just like the, where the handle would have like probably the.
Right. No, it does not have that kind of lock. You have to lock this with the key. The key goes in the handle, like a school classroom.
Okay. Then one of the chairs that would go where you would sit, I'll just kind of like move that and tuck it underneath the door. For privacy.
She giggles in anticipation.
Just look for privacy. I'll move up. Very, just kind of like, put my hand down her chin, jawline, give her a kiss. They say it's best to... I'll start talking about this guy's art in the surface level stuff that I would know from my, research skill and all of that stuff. Armchair academic sort of level stuff. And, talk about the format and the way that he put his art together, and just kind of like start trying to do all that art talk and they say it's best to view as material when you've had a close relationship with death. And so how about the little death.
By this point, she's a little drunk and very high. And she attacks you like a wild animal.
I see. Okay. I play along with it for a little bit and then kind of pull away. Just like, wait, hold on. No. Not so quick. Tell me, you like the macabre? You want to really experience the art tonight, right?
She makes a token reply.
McQuillan. The Triumph de la Muerte. Tell me, you ever experienced death? Has it ever come close to you? Has it ever almost seized you?
Ask me after.
No. Tell me now. And I will try to use my charisma and coerce any sort of near-death experience she might have had in her past.
Do the first roll of the game.
Yay! Alright.
And he's down to the 1.
17? And one of those was a 10. So
the total actually is
Yeah.
what matters.
I was gonna say, so how do rolls work in this game?
It's a complete success if you roll over a certain threshold, and then a normal success
That's right.
between the other two, and then
Yep.
not so great if you roll low.
15
17 is above the...
I say 15's like the really good number, right?
Correct.
Yes. Okay, I'm remembering the system now. Perfect. So yeah, 17 total. So just like what my character does, essentially, as he does that. He's like, no, tell me now. I need to hear it. And he's gonna try to pry out like a near-death experience or something. And he's hoping that with the alcohol and the cocaine and things like that, once he gets her talking, he can like keep her going and like really start pressing into it and get her to like, do what Justin does. He wants her to relive a traumatic experience from her past.
That rolls high. 2 things, even though it wasn't an insight roll. 1, no. She tells you no. She's never had a near-death experience. This is a sheltered rich girl. Somebody's daughter. But also you realize your charms have worked too well. You're not going to get what you want out of her until you fuck her. She's a pillow talk type, not the foreplay type.
Let's see.
Oops.
Oh well. All right. So I'll play into that then, and yeah, we'll let that happen.
Oh well, back to the coal mine.
Oh well. Unfortunate.
Oh well. Woe is me. I'm so sad
All right,
now.
So Justin gets laid in an art class.
Okay, so now, more importantly than charisma is how well you can satisfy the girl, because that'll get what you really want. Justice is darkness. So, go ahead and...
Is that coolness? Acting under pressure?
Willpower, keeping it together.
Try not to lose it right there.
Or in some cases, reflex, avoid harm.
Not
Or
this
in
time,
some cases engage
but,
in combat.
no, go ahead and roll...
Engage in combat.
well, it depends.
Yeah.
How do you want to...
I'll play into how she seems to have gone about this, and since she attacked me, she seems to be really into me and trying to take control, so I'll actually let her, it seems like she's a very, you said that she kind of engaged me and kind of came after me, so if she's willing to take control and reign like that, I'll lay back and just let her do what she wants to do.
That would be fortitude.
Yeah.
Roll
Enduring
intuition.
injury.
During the injury.
I don't know. I feel like you should roll for initiative.
Oh, is that
You know what? I have to second that motion now.
Roll intuition, Steven. Or, I'm
Intu-
sorry, Justin.
intuition? Okay. 17.
Nice. You get all of her darkest secrets. I mean, they're not great or exciting, but you get them all, and that is exciting.
Okay. So I get everything about her?
Yes. You drain her dry of anything dark.
Okay.
While that is happening, the speech takes place. He's gone for at least a half hour. The speech takes place. Justin's got stamina. And after the speech, you're allowed to mingle, and the four of you run into the five of you with Gabriella run into each other. We'll play that.
I'm just standing there with a plate of hors d'oeuvres in one hand, my mouth stuffed with toothpicks sticking out, and the other hand's holding a Dr. Pepper.
I would have gotten a single malt scotch from the bar. Let Mary know that I'll be over here. I
Like
see
I
all
even
of
brought
you
my own
guys.
koozie kind of thing.
See
My
all of you guys
question-
and walk. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ever.
Oh, I was just gonna say, my question is it isn't. Words would be nice to get out of my mouth. Is it an open bar or does it cost money? Because Bennett would be really cautious about spending a lot of money.
If
I
it's
mean,
an
they
art
seem-
gallery, it's most
I would
likely
say
gonna
it's an
be
open bar
open bar.
because because just the scale and pomp and circumstance of the occasion.
Fair enough. Okay, so
I mean,
Bennett would
Mr.
probably.
Hoity-toity back there got champagne, 2 glasses of champagne, and didn't drop a damn dollar.
Fair enough.
Not even to tip the bartender.
So Bennett would get, if they had it, a craft beer because he's Bennett, and Gabriella would probably get a very fine sweet wine. And she would definitely be flirting with all of the people in the friend group because that's her character.
I see Bennett asking, I see him asking for like the most oddest craft beer that could possibly be found by the most obscure person that's made by like one guy in Alaska.
He might, but that's only because he's used to being surrounded by opulence and is rejecting that culture, so he wants to be surrounded by like mom and pop stuff, like individuals, artists doing their own thing. Even though he's at an art opening, but there's a lot of rich people supporting the art opening. It's kind of a confusing mess there, but yeah.
Once
So
you
he'd
all
be-
have your drinks and your food, what do you do, the four of you?
We were conversating.
Carry on.
I'm
will
like
ask-
a typewriter going
Oh.
down the line of food to the bar and then back to the food and then down the line of food back to the bar.
He never seems to change, does he?
No, I mean, I don't think he gets fed much, so, but I'm kind of with him. If I'm being honest, I'd rather be eating than talking with a bunch of stuffy rich people. So,
Well,
Yeah. I second that.
not a
At least
crime
the
to
food's
conversate
good.
with us.
I know. And so, whenever Gabriella would flirt with someone else, Bennett would be puppy love eyeballs like, why not me? Because he doesn't understand she's not about that monogamy life.
I would like to go up to the bartender and just. I always kind of want to experiment, and I'm just gonna ask him. It's like, I need something that will relax me tonight. What do you got? And I'm going to take whatever he refers me to, and just kind of sip on it all night. And then I'd like to be like, there are other exhibits open if you guys want to go take a look. I do have some interest in going to see those.
I do as well. I would not mind stepping into either the Hewitt Gallery They always have nice things. But I guess the better question is, I mean, I know why I'm here. I was asked by the curator. What brings you all here? I guess I saw Justin earlier too.
We had me and my wife had a conversation about this particular artist in quite great detail one night, and we spent the afternoon just kind of talking about the macabre and the quite frankly gruesome, and she always had a fascination, and so I wanted to be here and see it with my own two eyes, and just try and to get in her head a little bit, see what she liked about this person. I mean, I've seen photos and things like that, but it never really, from what I understand, the real thing never really does it justice, or the photos never really do it justice. So that's why I'm here.
So, I'm, here because of Gabriella, but like, I like art. I do. I don't like all these rich, stuffy people. They kind of make it contradictory to do art that's meant to be for the people, Come on, someone tell me that they understand what I'm talking about.
I mean, yeah. I mean, did you see the look I got? The looks I got when I got out of my car? That was...
It's just not right.
Something else.
It's just something we have to live with.
Yeah, they got money. I don't. I would never want to be that person if I had money. But money changes people. But I would never be that person. You guys want to go, take a walk? And I'm just going to sip on my drink. You want to go see what the other exhibits are like?
Yeah, let's look at the art.
Glance around. You'll see that the Dubois are mingling, making themselves available. There are interns, very nervous-looking interns, scattered about, answering questions and providing information. There are 2 open galleries plus the closed gallery. There's also a video running on loop in the basement on the life of the artist. You could also wander through any of the art rooms in the basement of the library, which, if you just want to hang out. There's a few people here and there everywhere.
Well, the library
everywhere in the building, there's a few people around because there's like 100+ people attending, but most of them are in the main area.
You said there's a library downstairs?
Yeah, but it's not a special library.
Oh, damn.
I assume the Dubois exhibit is where the main exhibit's going to be?
No, the Dubois are the ones who are putting the show on. Vauquelin exhibit is the primary.
Oh, I thought you called it the Dubois Gallery.
Midnight, right?
Yeah, she's the one, Marielle Dubois is the one who put this whole thing together. She's not the head curator, but she's the largest donator to this gallery.
Right, but you said the gallery named after them is the one closed right now, and that's going to be where the
No, I messed up the words then. No, the Vauquelin one is closed.
Oh, okay.
My bad.
Okay.
Okay.
Everything is open except the Vauquelin gallery in the vault. So yes, if you're gonna follow, I'm always gonna get his name wrong. John's character, Jack around. Jack will decide where he wants to go based on that description. Also, by now, Justin has returned to the main room. The girl was with him, and they kind of gave each other a knowing smile, and then immediately split off for each other because they're done with each other. They both got what they wanted. She dismisses you as readily as you dismiss her once you drain her dry, Justin.
Okay. I
sidle
don't
up.
even really give her like a parting goodbye or anything. Just walk back out and then, oh, hello, and then I'll just leave her.
Yeah, she does the same to you just as callously.
Sure. That's just how people, yeah, that makes sense.
Perfectly normal in Justin's world.
Yeah, I will sidle up to Justin if I see him. Not as much making like friendly contact because I don't want him to get bad looks from the upper class. So I'll pretty much like be looking in the opposite direction while he's looking over there. And I'll just say, seems like we're making friends tonight, aren't we?
Oh, her? No. Just... You know how it is.
Maybe.
Doctor? Have you made friends recently?
No.
Oh, Doctor, I'm so sorry. Maybe we
But
can...
allow me to throw some knowledge your way, if I may.
You know
Why
me, I'm a
I may
lover
not
of-
be
a
the
lover of
artist
knowledge.
in this lovely art gallery that we are in. I can smell an artiste when I know one, and then I just walk away.
Helpful hint to the players, out of character. Not so much Steve and John because they're used to this. Much like my Monday and Wednesday games, though, this game relies on you role-playing with the environment, not just each other. If you don't, you won't learn any secrets and you won't know why you died. You will tear yourselves apart in agony and not understand what's happening. You must interact.
Well, I'm gonna just finally break away from the buffet with another plate full of food, and just periodically take a toothpick and just stab something viciously on my plate, just muttering stuff.
I swap out my last flute for a new fresh one, and then I will follow the doctor.
Doctor, are you going upstairs or are you going to go talk to someone?
I'm gonna go talk to Mary.
Gonna go look for Mary. Right. You don't see her on the first floor, and the second floor is just art rooms and a balcony. You don't think she'd be in there. Probably the basement.
Can I check her office on the way down?
That was supposed to be in the basement. My bad.
Okay, yeah, then let's go there.
All right, so Justin and the doctor head to the basement.
And I will follow behind them by a ways, because I'm gonna go watch that movie.
Okay,
And the movie's in the basement, right?
correct.
Yeah. Okay.
And then
That's what I was
Jack
hoping to do,
is
too.
Jack is heading upstairs with Gabrielle and Bennett because they wanted to see an art room.
Okay.
So, two of you in the basement. Not so. Actually, yeah. Desmond will do the video first. No, we won't because Justin wants to do the video. We'll do you together. Movie time. It all works out. The doctor and Justin, you go looking for the office. And since you're actually looking for Mary, that's what you would call her for short, you're heading through the basement and you're looking in all the different parts of the basement. And far off in the library, you can hear a quiet argument taking place. It sounds like it might not remain quiet for long. You hear Mary's voice.
Do we recognize
Harsh
the
but
other
hushed
voice?
voices.
Well,
What was that, Justin?
Do we recognize the second voice?
No. Wait. No, but you hear the word Marielle. As in Marielle Dubois.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Whisper, whisper, whisper. Marielle! Whisper.
I look at the doctor.
Let's wait a moment.
I don't want this to get out of hand.
We don't like
The
continue
voices
to
get a
listen
little
for
louder.
like 30
and
seconds.
Yes, the voices get a little louder, and then you do recognize William Dubois' voice, Justin.
I'll relay that to then. That's Bill Dubois.
The husband of the hostess.
Right, old Bill.
Old Bill. Old Bill.
Old Bill.
Bill.
And he
Bill-
started
Bill
escalating.
Yeah, the volume is getting louder.
Maybe you should interject.
Yeah, so that's when like as soon as his voice gets above normal tones, that's when I'll walk in and just nonchalantly go, "Oh, Mary, there you are. I was looking for you."
Following Justin.
Yeah. I'll stay like 5 feet behind the doctor, so let him kind of, because he knows Mary and better. Like, do I know Mary at all?
By reputation, not personally.
Okay, so I'm gonna leave that to him
As the curator,
yeah,
right.
he's got that connection. So I'll just kind of like back him up, but give him control.
Desmond, straight to the video room, lurk outside in the hallway, or follow them in, being all weird because you don't know any of these people. Completely up to you, Desmond. Tim.
That's his answer.
Desmond.
He just stands there and looks.
Your name is Desmond, sir. Are you gonna follow them in even though you don't know anyone? You gonna lurk outside or head straight to the video room and wait?
I'm gonna go straight to the video room and wait because I want to watch this video because I want to know more about this guy that I'm gonna see.
Okay.
See if I
Once
can
you
pick
walk
up
into the
on
room,
any-
you see William Dubois in there, along with Alano. Last names. Hold on. Alano Tossett, who is the person who supposedly put the collection back together, first time in 30 years. Like, he is an important, prominent figure here, but none of you know him personally. It looks like William is confronting Alano, and it looks like Mary caught them and is trying to get them to stop arguing. And as you walk in and say, "Oh, hi, Mary, I was looking for you," the last thing you hear William say is, "I know you slept with her, and she's my wife, you bastard." And they all stop and they look at you, and there's a beat, and they blink, and then Alano says, "I never slept with her. Why would you accuse me of such nonsense?" And William pulls out his phone and says, "I have the pictures." And he starts scrolling through his phone. Alano pales and grabs for the cell phone. William punches him in the jaw. What do you do? Mary goes, "Ah, shit."
I will unmute myself. And being slightly socially awkward, I'll try to interject myself between the two guys, but I do like to hold off, like try and push him back.
Okay.
Come now, gentlemen. This is no place to start a tussle.
Tussle. I like it. The punch knocked Tossin down. William punches hard. He's a trained fighter. Even though he's wealthy doesn't mean you don't know how to defend yourself. Especially when you have a personal fitness assistant every day. And he knocks Tossin down, and it like Tossin blinks, and it's like a haze fading from his eyes, and they become bright for a second, and he immediately goes from denial to terror as he looks around and immediately breaks out in a cold sweat. And he looks William in the eye and says, "You've got to get out of here, William. Something is coming. Something horrible is coming. Get out."
This is Alano?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who just punched Bill in the face.
Bill punched Alano in the face.
Oh.
And the punch seemed to clarify Alano somehow.
Yeah, like it came out of a haze. What's coming?
A horror that you can't comprehend. Destroy the paintings. And then he jerks. And both of you can make perception checks.
Let you go first, one.
Observe a situation, go. Not quite, but okay.
What'd you get?
14.
Okay. Justin?
18.
All right. Doctor, you hear a tearing, crunching sound in your legs. You should probably look at that laceration on that guy. Then he stands up and he yells for security, and two beefy guys come muscling into the room, shoving you two out of the way. You hear the same tearing sound, Justin, but your angle is slightly different. And as he stands up, he bulges for a second. And it's like his skin doesn't fit right. It's like, you know, when your shirt's too tight and it splits, it makes a tearing sound. But then the security guards rush in when he screams for them, and you're distracted.
Interesting.
And the security guards grab William and wrestle him out of the room, and Mary grabs you two and drags you away.
So I heard something.
My office now.
So I heard something tear, like your shirt tears when it's too tight. But I didn't see anything.
Well, you saw more because the doctor heard the sound too, but you were at a different angle, and you saw that the skin on his back was too loose, and then suddenly really tight and shiny.
Really tight.
Like something on the inside was squeezing.
Hmm.
Interesting. But I also want to give a shout out to J Scott. Thank you for the follow. Hope you're enjoying the show.
Yes, thank you. Stick around.
Okay, so I'm gonna just file that away in the fuckery bank over here.
in the vault of
Oh,
mental
shit
fucked
bank.
up.
The vault of fuckery.
The movie hasn't started yet, Desmond, and you see a lady pulling Justin and the doctor away, and they're like, but. And the lady says, well, we're going to my office now. And then the lady's radio clicks, and she says, oh, what the fuck now? And a voice says, we need you right now, Mary, upstairs. You better hurry.
What kind of tomfucker is this?
She drags the two of them with her upstairs.
The two of
Follow
us
Desmond? Yes.
upstairs.
Yeah, she was going to take you to her office, but then she got called, and she's like, you better come with me. I don't know what's going on now. It's the doctor more than you, but you're with the doctor.
I'm actually gonna say, Doctor, I'll catch up with you.
Okay.
Yoink.
Maybe you should make friends with her.
You going to tuck into the video room?
Uh,
Justin?
yeah, I'll do that first. So just to let you know, I'd like to watch the video and then follow up to see if I can find out where they took,
William Dubois?
no. Wait, they dragged... Dubois the one
This-
whose skin stretched out?
No.
That's Adonis? Alano.
Totally.
Adonis.
Yeah,
You were correct the second time.
right, Alano.
Yes.
Alano's the one who said something's coming, something bad. He's the one that got punched in the face, and he's the one whose skin stretched and deformed. And is he the one they dragged off, or was that Bill?
No, they dragged off William because William punched him.
So where's Alano currently?
You got dragged out of the room by Mary.
Okay. Alright. Then I'm gonna go to the...
I'm gonna get up and I'm
Stuff I
gonna
wanna do.
walk out of the video room. I'm gonna leave my food actually on the chair.
Okay.
'Cause I plan on coming back to this and continuing my evening meal. And I'm gonna poke my head out of the door frame and just look, see what the hell just happened.
Justin is standing there looking torn between two choices.
And then if I see him, I'll be like... And I'll go to the video room with him.
Okay. Moving upstairs to where we have Bennett, Gabriella, and Jack. It's an easy name, I can't remember. So,
Jack's a non-factor. You don't got to worry about him.
you find yourselves in the Van Assen Gallery looking at the paintings. Because you wanted to look through and see the paintings, and you were the one you and Gabriella went upstairs with him. Bennett and the others decided to go somewhere else. And you're staring at the paintings, and they're quite macabre. But you're just enjoying yourself, absorbed in the artwork. When an older gentleman comes sprinting towards the exit, bowls right into Gabriella and knocks her down.
Oh, what?
Pale white, sweating, stricken with utter terror.
Oh, hold on. What the hell just happened?
He wheels around and says, "Oh, so sorry, but I gotta get out of here.
What?
Okay, where are you going and why?
Away from here."
And you could,
Why?
apologize to my girlfriend
Yeah.
for running into her.
You realize he won't stop unless you get in his way. You're gonna have to make a move.
I'm getting in his way.
Okay.
This is a violence roll?
Depends. Do you want to physically restrain him or just stand in front of him and then use a fierce glare and words?
I'm going to, for right now, I'm standing. I'm going to stand in front of him and just be a wall. And for Jack is normally kind of like he hunches over and he like doesn't display, but he's actually kind of a large-ish person. And so he just gets in the way and just like kind of like, okay, you need to tell me why you are leaving.
Charisma.
Oh, that's... Should have used violence. Would instinct help here?
Huh?
Instinct gives me
I don't know, does it?
+2, I believe. Let's see here. Just looked all this stuff up.
I can look it up if you need me to, but if you have it, it's probably better.
Whenever I observe a situation and act on a GM's answers, I take +2.
That won't help until you've got him calmed down and you're questioning him, then it might.
Alright. That's not a thing. How do I roll in this one? 16.
Click on the...
Got it.
Yeah. 16. Nice. So, yeah, you just stare him down and he just skids to a stop, panting heavily, and starts shaking all over. He looks at the two of you now that Bennett's helped Gabriella up. She's busy fixing her dress. So he looks at the two of you and he tells you in a breathless voice that one of the paintings he was looking at began shimmering, almost like it was becoming glass, like a mirror. And then the pigments all like melted together like a swirl of color, and then I could see my wife, my dead wife Georgia, and he breaks out into tears. Putrefying. She died months ago. She was begging me for help even though she couldn't talk because her jaw was gone. And he's starting to freak out again, and you can see people whispering and you can hear security coming.
You have had
Alright.
way too many bottles of wine, my friend.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
we need to get you out of here. Come on, let's head for the. You got a safe way home.
Are you gonna try to get him to leave, or you want to take him to a dark corner somewhere where he can calm down?
I'll
Security's
take
outside
him.
of the room.
I'll take him. I'll take him somewhere where he can calm down. Maybe. I mean, I'm assuming that this is a gallery, but there has to be like benches somewhere. I'll just sit him on the bench and be like, "All right, you need to calm down for half a second. Do you have a way home?"
Your high roll 16 actually gets him to calm down enough that he becomes insistent, and he says, "No, I can't leave. You have to believe me. Something terrible's going on. I have to show you, and then you can come with me. I can't leave alone. We got to get everyone out of here." He's dragging you back towards the painting.
All right, let's go. Do you guys want to go? Because
Well, I was just about to ask you if you wanted us to go with you. I mean, clearly this guy is a little, like, drunk, you know? I
yeah.
mean,
Right now, I just kind of wanted to get him home safe. I'll be honest with you, but he seems like he's almost a danger to others at this point. So let's.
yeah,
I mean, I kind of want to humor him for a little bit, but my main goal is to get him out of here.
yeah, let's let him show what he wants to show, and then we'll take him out of the room, we'll calm him down, get him a glass of water, sober him up, and yeah, then we'll like call him a taxi or something.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. All right. Good idea.
He drags you to a dimly lit corner of the Van Assen gallery. The painting he's insisting you look at is plague art from the Middle Ages. It's very decidedly morbid, but as far as you can tell, perfectly normal. Go ahead and make that observation roll, Jack. And your +2 applies to that.
Is this a perception roll? Oh.
Yes.
Well, I guess I get a +0 on this. 6.
So that would be an 8 with your bonus. Go ahead and make the same roll, Bennett. painting absorbs all of your attention.
Okay.
Although something about its position makes you go, huh, that's interesting.
Was that intuition or perception?
Perception.
Okay. A 2?
No, you got to click on the
Sorry.
thing underneath it. Yeah.
14.
14. The wall that it's next to. That's if you went through that wall, you'd be in the Dubois exhibition. It's interesting.
But I'm not seeing anything unusual about that.
I don't know. You're absorbed in the picture. But if Bennett says, huh, that's the wall to the Dubois expedition, you could go check it out if you wanted to.
I do.
Yeah.
The wall is radiating a bitter cold. Like bitter cold. And the plaster doesn't feel like plaster, it's almost silky. Like gross silky.
Gotta be like an event or something blowing on this weird.
Yeah. This is kind of weird. I mean, maybe they have heating and cooling inside the walls. It's not unheard of for a place this rich.
Spotlights flicker. And as they do, the painting's colors dull noticeably. And you hear a faint mewing sound coming from painting? Like someone screaming from far away through cotton. Screaming in agony.
I'm gonna actually like put my hand on this gentleman's shoulder and kind of pull it. Be like, okay,
There it is. See? There it is.
I'm hearing something.
And then the lights come back to normal power. It's just a painting again.
You know what? This might be part of a gimmick for the gallery itself.
It's in theme. And viral stuff like that is not unheard of, especially for a place with money.
I've been to gallery openings before, with real artists and,
I mean, this
not super capitalist attendance.
Right, yeah. Well, I mean, the artist is real. It's just these pompous windbags putting it on. That's just, yeah. Let's just get this guy. All right, yeah, I understand, boss. Let's go ahead and get you out of here. Let's go get him a cab. Make sure he's on his way home.
And a really big bottle of water for this guy.
Yeah. Be like,
okay.
It's
you pull
just
the man out of the room.
Yeah, it's
towards
just
the exit.
It's just they do this all the time. They love the publicity. There's no such thing as bad publicity to them. So let's just go ahead and we'll get you out of here. I know it's been a long night. And just kind of be like, all right, let's go. Let's get you home.
Because again of your extraordinary charisma roll in the beginning, he will listen to you. Now we move back to the movie room. So, Desmond, you're in the movie room with Justin, but he has to slip out and go to the bathroom at the last second. A lot of champagne,
He broke the seal.
The movie starts without him. It's on loop though, so you can always watch it again. Movie starts, and it's playing the life and times of the artist. It's all moody and horror movie props. It's creepy music because that's the kind of artist he was.
Right.
And about 3 minutes in, when they actually seriously start talking about him, it's actually Marielle Dubois narrating the documentary. There's that effect like when the reel snaps on a movie, except this isn't a reel, it's digital. But it's that effect where the thing flickers out and then you start seeing the scene skip. Then it goes to static, and the static slowly fades away. And you don't know what you're looking at. It's like a structure made out of stone, but it's some kind of red stone. It's like a black stone that's leaking red fluid out of it. And it's many, many rooms in here. It's like almost a maze looking into a huge amount of rooms behind it. In each of the rooms, there's some kind of atrocity happening. Something terrible. And then in each of the rooms, you can see things start crawling out or stumbling out of the rooms. And those things are formerly people, flayed, skinless, the muscle on the inside rotting and decaying, bone showing through in some places, torn apart, stitched back together in ways that defy imagination. And as they're stumbling out of the rooms, they look forward, and it's like they see the screen, and they rush towards it, and it's like they're hitting glass from the other side, smearing blood and other fluids all over it, screaming wordlessly to be let out. And then it does the effect again where it's like the reel snaps, even though it's digital. And after it flickers and refocuses, it's just a documentary. No one else in the room seems to have noticed that, but you, Desmond.
Something is wrong with the flip.
Person next to you is like, shh.
Well, I was with him, right? 'Cause
you had to pee last second.
I did, but I just want to. I picked up.
No, we did that in character.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna switch to you in a second.
That sounds good.
And I'm just gonna look to the person that went shh. And be like, and just jab them in the side of the face with my finger.
He gives you a nasty look and says, "Security, get this man out of here." And a beefy man walks in and stares you down. "Why are you touching the other guests, sir?"
He did. He said, "Shush." He did. He said.
He puts a hand on your shoulder, picks you up, sets you on your feet, turns you towards the door, and gives you a gentle shove. Maybe you'd be better off looking at some of the other exhibits or things to be found in the gallery, sir. Or perhaps you'd like to leave. Gives you the look, meaning, yeah, you're gonna leave with his fist in your stomach.
Can I go get my dinner first?
He looks at your empty plate and says, "No, you don't need an empty plate."
Ooh. Wait, I can have another plate?
By this time you're out of the room, he doesn't care what you're doing anymore.
At that point, it dawns on me that I can actually go get just a different complete plate of food and leave that plate where the hell it was. But I'm gonna think about what I just saw and try and process that in my brain, because it was almost in my head. It was almost like looking through a glimpse through the looking glass, as it were.
Yes.
But was that coming out of like a projector out of the ceiling, or?
It's just digital file being played on the USB drive plugged into the TV.
Oh, it was playing on TV. Okay, I thought it was maybe like a
110-inch plasma, but still a TV.
Right. No, I thought it was like one of those lowered from the ceiling.
No, that's why I said it was weird that it was like the effect of a reel being snapped when it was just a digital file.
Right. No, I thought it was playing through something like a projector overhead, like an actual theater.
Even weirder, yes.
That's an impressive TV.
Justin!
I need stick. I need to find stick.
You go into the bathroom to pee. It's empty, which you appreciate, because in the bathroom small talk, it doesn't matter how rich or poor you are, and everybody hates that.
Everybody.
I like small talk.
You walk in and you're in the middle of peeing, and you're halfway through when you notice something out of the corner of your eye, and you look over, and the closed stall, there's 3 stalls, 2 are open, 1 is closed, and the closed one, fingers very slowly slip out from underneath, like they're looking to grab purchase and pull themselves out. Fingers are rotted and putrefying, and bits are sliding off and leaving stains on the door.
Stop peeing.
Okay.
I take the clench
That off.
action.
Yes.
That's a lot better than what I pictured of you just keep peeing and you turn to
Turn.
look.
No.
Actually, I
Makes a
imagine
move,
never-
clench.
Never
I
do that
imagine
in a
him
horror
looking
movie
down.
because you will immediately die.
I just imagine him looking down and yelling at him to stop peeing.
Stop. Stop.
Stop.
Oh, I had the absolute worst thought. Oh my god. That's a
What,
side.
did
That's
Justin accidentally peed on himself?
No. It's that's a side chat thing.
Put on his shoes.
So stop. Quickly, like zip up. And kind of.
Do you
like,
actually turn and go investigate?
I kind of like I do the turn and kind of like back up a little bit at first. To look.
You don't see the fingers now, but the stains are still there. The vile secretions, rot,
Who's in there?
silence.
I'll have you know I'm very well connected and I don't take kindly to pranks.
Shadows move within the stall, but silence.
I'll start stepping forward, kind of like getting my composure a little bit. This isn't funny. You don't know who you're messing with. You want to be banned from all exhibits in the future? Keep playing with me. Come out.
No response.
Step up again.
You accidentally bump the door this time when you get close, and it swings open. Very slowly with a creak, but the stall is empty.
And I'll look at the stall next to it.
It's open and empty. There's one more in the row, also open, also empty. And there's no other door out. You were between the stalls and the exit.
Can I do like a can I look in the stall and see if I can see like anything? Like is there anything here to find? 'Cause, I mean, I'm just like how like look
Make an
up.
observation roll, or a perception roll, yes.
Yeah, look for that residuum.
Can I investigate instead? 11.
You're pretty sure this place has not been used since you've been here. Like, it's not just you don't find evidence of rotten fingers or people in costumes. It's like it's still shiny and has that sheen on it, or no butt has touched it since it was Lysol.
Huh.
And the toilet paper still has a little triangle fold on it.
So I look up, like, is there anything above here?
No, the stall was low enough too that you'd have seen them crawl over the top. It's like a 5-foot stall, not a 6-foot stall, not a 7 or 8 foot. Above you is tiled ceiling.
So I do that weird kind of like look around, and then without washing my hands, I'll run from the bathroom.
Okay. The toilet flushes itself, making you jump a little on your way out because
Back and wash your
self-flushing
hands.
toilet.
I'm too scared.
Yeah, it's totally what it is. Justin would have totally washed his hands otherwise.
Of course.
So, back to the doctor.
Oh,
So, Doc, you and Mary rush back upstairs, and you see a confrontation happening between Marielle Dubois and 2 other people. One's a lady, and one is a gentleman.
do I know either of them?
No. The gentleman seems to have a slight Middle Eastern accent when he talks. He's got a very finely trimmed beard, and he's wearing a very nice suit. He seems to be accusing Marielle Dubois of stealing the tears of Jaraba. And the woman is standing there with a digital recorder in her hand, not even being subtle about it, with the button held down, interjecting with questions. A small crowd has been drawn to this confrontation. Mary rushes up to see what's happening, is immediately swept up into the discussion. as the girl spins around and turns on her and says, you were the one who approved the import and ownership documents of the painting, weren't you, ma'am? Why don't you tell us about that? What do you do?
Is that girl the is that Dez's friend?
No. Well, yeah, I don't know. Did Desmond tell you why he was here? I don't know if you got that far in your conversation.
No, he didn't say why.
So you wouldn't know then.
I wouldn't know
He isn't there to answer the question.
Who the hell is this? Like,
The answer is the yes, though.
okay. All right. Well. All right. So I will walk up and try to protect Mary from, getting shoved around a whole lot. And I'll assert my weak dominance. And I'll say, what is the meaning of this? This
Go ahead
is
and
an
roll
art gallery.
charisma. And roll charisma to see if you can de-escalate.
Yeah. I'm good at that. 6.
Go ahead and roll intuition as a backup.
12.
Okay. Your intuition helps you a little bit. Like, okay, so it looks like this is a reporter, and the reporter brought some kind of reporter. The reporter brought some guy and probably encouraged this confrontation. Maybe I can de-escalate by scolding the reporter and convincing them to go to Mary's office, which is what Mary's trying to do, is pull them away from the office and trying very hard not to take sides. However, when you try, they just talk over you like you're not there. The voices escalate and things get louder. And you can see that security's probably going to get involved here soon if you don't change something.
Mm-hmm.
At this moment, Gabriella, Bennett, and Jack go walking by, escorting an old man, and you all turn and see the doctor trying to de-escalate this argument.
A hand?
He asked for your help.
I'm gonna actually turn to this old man, and I'm gonna be like, "What do you know? Do you know anything about those two and what's going on?"
I don't know who they are.
All right, hold
You said
on.
you'd take me to my car.
Yeah, we're gonna take you to your car.
Yeah. No. Taxi for him. He's still kind of,
Yeah, taxi.
Bennett, you could peel off and try to help the doctor, though.
I'm shit. I'll be honest. I'm shit at talking though.
I'll go. You take care of the
Yeah.
drunk guy.
I mean, yell for me if it gets physical. I'll be there in a heartbeat.
If it gets physical, what?
I mean, it could. I don't want it to, but it could.
I'd rather not.
I know. Last resort. And honestly, I don't think any one of us is going to, but they look like they might.
Well, I'll just take care of this guy. I've got this.
So I'll just go escort the man to his car.
Bennett,
Hey, what's
the doctor
going on
quickly
here?
tells you how you can de-escalate, maybe. Go ahead and roll charisma +2.
Yeah, Nelson would just give the quick lowdown. This is the second argument I've seen tonight. I don't know what's going on, but we need to move this somewhere away from everybody else.
13 + 2.
15. Nice.
Yes.
Go ahead. What do you say to them?
Look, this is an art opening. Everyone's supposed to have a bit of decorum here. Just talk to me. Tell me what's going on. I can smooth this out. What's up?
You distract them enough with your questions for Mary to be able to get a word in edgewise and guide all of you back to Mary's office. You're coming now too because you're the one who de-escalated.
Yeah.
So,
The bourgeois.
you start heading towards Mary's office when I need you to make an observation check, Doctor. Perception check.
Perception, go. 17.
Out of the corner of your eye, you think you see someone you recognize. So you turn your head quickly, and standing there in the middle of the crowd, looking right at you, dead in the eyes, even wearing the same clothes, which is very out of place here, as the day they died. Is your biggest regret?
Chelsea?
Uninjured, street shark, mauled.
Oh.
He's wearing street clothes, just staring at you. This is your fault.
I give a quick and I like. Does it clear the webs?
When you look up again, they have their back to you now and are disappearing into the crowd.
Oh, I don't know. I never made their name.
Annette, I did.
Oh, Annette?
Or Anne to you because you knew the person.
Oh, okay, Anne. So after I smack myself in the head a couple times, I call out, but it's so weak because I'm afraid. It's more like
disappears into the crowd like a mirage. And then Mary grabs your arm and is pulling you again.
And then it's like, oh yeah, shit to do.
Mary drags all of them into her office. Before you can get all the way into the office, Mr. Dubois appears, the one who was dragged off by security for clocking duty, and interjects into right before, as you're passing into the office single file, he appears out of nowhere and using a combination of words and rich person intimidation, pulls his wife away, saying she has much more important things to attend to than this. You can sort this out without her. Before you have time to react, you're left in Mary's office with the accuser, the reporter, but no accused. He rushes his wife away.
Okay. So what exactly are the accusations that you're calling? Mr.
He says, let's see what I can get you. Hold on here. So, he tells you that he had the artwork in his gallery on the other side of the world, in United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia. These are two different things. It was in Saudi Arabia, and yeah, my notes are a little wrong there. Moving on.
It's in the Middle East.
Yeah, it is in Saudi Arabia, not the UAE.
Okay.
And he was responsible for it to be protected there because it was purchased by a very wealthy, nameless, anonymous Saudi benefactor. And he had seen the request for it to be brought in for the exhibition, but he had denied them 3 times. And then he went on sabbatical, and when he came back, suddenly the paperwork had been filed correctly and the painting was gone. He fired a lot of people. He's sure the whole thing was forged and it was done with bribery and payouts, but it was illegally removed from its position and brought here.
No, when you
tells you all of this openly because he was snubbed and was pissed. He also tells you that painting has had kind of a dark history. It seems like where it goes, misfortune follows. It's one of those paintings. Again, the doctor's immediate first thought is, oh yeah, it's more of a gimmick, like they were thinking about their thing happening in the gallery.
Like room 1408. Yeah.
Right. But that's what you get told.
So I'll stoically use my scientific mind and I'll say, all right, so let me get this straight. You left on sabbatical, and when you came back, the paperwork was cleared.
Which he says he never signed, even though his signature's on it.
So you suspect foul play.
Fraud.
Now, do you have proof that it was Lady Dubois?
She's the one who did the requests, and it was her name on the pickup paperwork. This whole exhibition, putting it all together, and the months of work to set up the building ahead of time, and all of this leading up to tonight was all her thing. Her and the caretaker of the exhibition. The name she gives you don't recognize, but it's the same guy that they ran into in the basement.
That guy. Okay.
Aldous.
The guy that she's
Yeah,
suspectedly
that's what we're gonna
sleeping
say
with.
because we like all this.
Yeah. Alano Tosset.
Alano, that's it.
It's Alano, yes. You weren't there for that, but that's the name you hear. Alano and Gabrielle put together this whole thing together.
Yeah, the doctor was there for both.
They're not
tussles.
Gabrielle. Alana and Marielle put all this together, yes.
All right. Have you spoken with Mr. Tosset?
I tried, but he won't see me.
You know that he is here.
Yes, I've confronted him if I'd found him, but I found her first.
Well, given that the exhibit is already ongoing, I would hope that you would act a little bit more civilized, perhaps bringing this to the proper authorities.
Give me an insight. See if you can appeal to his better nature.
I don't have an insight button. Perception? Intuition.
Intuition, I'm sorry.
22!
Across the streams. Oh,
Holy
banging.
shit.
Double tens, baby.
critical success.
I am reading him. My eye bullets are going through his mental state.
His eye bullets have gone into the Gillette.
He's 100% telling you the truth from his perspective. Also, you're able to read that the reporter, it's a juicy story, but again, she's not here for ulterior motives. It's just a juicy story, and she believes the man too. You're able to completely convince both of them to wait and see what happens at the unveiling, and maybe they can confront them both at once when they're at the podium or something. You know.
Okay.
You completely diffuse the situation for now.
All right. Yeah.
But you can say out loud what you say to them and what you want them to do. I put words in your mouth when I said have them confront them together. Whatever you tell them to do, they're going to do.
I'll just say that, I would appreciate it if you would wait until after. I mean, the exhibit is already ongoing. Nothing can stop it now. But if you would wait until after, that way when everyone leaves, we can, figure this out in a cordial manner. I will be here as mediary if you need. However, I do suggest that you talk to Mr. Tosset in the meantime. Or, no, we'll wait till after. But I do have one question for you. Tell me of these mishaps when it comes to the paintings.
Suicides mostly, but sometimes violence. And every time it happens, it either happens in or near the gallery, or it happens to someone who recently had observed the painting. The triptych. This one's a triptych.
Have these only happened when all of the 9 pieces were gathered?
This is the first time that's ever happened.
Oh, yeah.
This paint, the centerpiece, is the one that has the bad luck following it by itself.
The tears of...
Yeah, Sharaba.
Sure, yeah. Okay. Where, if I was to know the layout of the exhibit, where would the tiers be?
They're in the...
Or like the main focal point of that exhibit?
Yeah, they're in the center of the closed exhibition.
Okay.
Falkland Expedition Room, yes. Exhibition room. It is a series of unfortunate murders or suicides.
Okay.
Usually very gross, very body horror kind of shit. Like, the kid didn't throw himself from a bridge. The kid threw himself in a industrial paper shredder or something.
Wow. That's a way to go.
One dive into a
Or the guy didn't just beat
Chipper.
his wife to death
Wood chip.
because he thought she was cheating on him and skinned her alive, and let her bleed out. That different level of violence, yes.
A little bit on the extreme side.
Yes.
Okay. And the doctor just thinks to himself, like, what have I done that's extreme?
Ever has corrected me, it's triptych. I was wondering about that.
Ah.
I wasn't gonna say it out loud.
I see it in
Always
just
correct me
putting
with
it
artistic
aside.
stuff. That's what you do.
I don't even know what that is.
So, you can explain that again because you're the expert.
So a triptych is a 3-piece artwork. If you remove any of the 3 pieces, it's no longer a full piece of art. A lot of times it's used for sacred paintings where it's got like Jesus, the Mother Mary, and the Father, and you can actually fold it in on itself.
Oh.
Typically.
Okay, I know. Okay. My brain now finally caught up with the lingo.
It's popular in medieval and Renaissance art.
Got it. I know exactly what you're talking about. I didn't know the technicality of the wordage.
And then you're left alone in the office with Mary, well, you and Bennett.
Yes. Yeah, I was hoping to ask her
The one who invited you in the first place because weird shit was happening, which
Right.
seems to be true,
Right.
at least with the arguments.
So, Mary, with all this, you said in our earlier conversations this week at lunch, you said that there were some odd happenings going on around the exhibit. And obviously, with what Mr. Middle Eastern guy said, and the arguments that have been going on throughout this evening, what else has happened here?
I had my suspicions that strange and peculiar things were happening around this exhibition. And I had heard from Mr. Nasra, the gentleman who just left, that he believed Marielle had stolen the central piece, the triptych, and crossed the world to confront her. So I hired a private detective. His name's Reeves, and he did turn things up, and not what I expected. He turned up that Mr. Dubois' wife, Marielle, was cheating on him with the curator of the showpieces. And he told the husband, hopefully they don't confront each other, that'd be bad. He's here somewhere. I haven't seen him in a while. But not just these strange arguments and disagreements and heavy aura, it's just weird, I don't know, weird feelings and seeing things out of the corner of my eye. It's a far away look. Shivers a little. I don't know. It's almost like it's haunted.
Are you sure you don't?
And that's
need
why I
more
brought you here
sleep?
to talk me down, because obviously that can't be real and you're a man of reason. I see you are as well. This must be why you're friends. That was to you, Bennett.
Oh well, thanks. I like to hope that I am, but I don't know. It just sounds like a combination of stress and you need some sleep or something. We talk to your therapist.
I don't have time to talk to my therapist. I'm too busy with this. Maybe once the show's finally over.
I mean, coming from experience, you should always make time for your therapist. Just saying.
Heavy sigh. You're probably right.
What kind of things have you been seeing out of the corner of your eye?
My dead father, that I never got to reconcile with before he died. Weird shadows, temperature drops, voices on the intercom. Go shit.
As a man of logic, I can definitely say that there are no such things as ghosts. Now, I have played with other sciences, and I know there are other things. You know, remember like aliens. But specters, ghosts, ghouls.
She thinks you're kidding, and it makes her laugh, and the tension de-escalates. And she's about to say something else when you hear the ringing of a low bell. Like a low bell resounding throughout the gallery. All of you can hear it. And the whole party goes quiet in the main gallery, and you realize, as you all glance at your watches, oh, this is it. It's 11:55.
Didn't
A lot happened in 2 hours.
Well, let's beat feet to the gallery.
Well, I mean, okay, so if these artworks are really bugging you that much, I'm just gonna say, like, based on
You're
the stuff,
walking now, but you're still talking to her. She's going to the thing.
based on the stuff my therapist has told me, you should probably just like stay back. I know that this opening is important to you and all, but
No, I literally can't. I'd lose my job. It'll be over soon enough.
okay, well, stick with us at least. Maybe we can de-escalate you if you get too stressed.
Perhaps I will. That's probably a smart idea. The rest of you, I assume you all head to the main room where you see every guest going.
Yeah, but I'm gonna stop by the buffet table again and fill up.
It is closed.
Oh, damn it, I
I-
missed it.
Yeah, I finished putting
Oh,
the
no.
old man.
You had time to refill and eat again.
Oh,
It's been
okay.
it's been 2 hours, 2.5, since the
I-
scenario started.
Well, was I able to grab like one final plate of just honking mound of food?
Yes,
food
but you
fix?
already also ate it.
Oh, damn it! I was
You were
gonna
out
save
of
some.
food.
Damn, I was gonna save some for the actual gallery. Crap.
So
Well, they wouldn't let you in with the food, and you know it.
I would have
Go ahead,
stuffed
John.
them in my pockets.
So I finished putting the man in a taxi. I asked him, "What's your name, sir?"
Bernard.
Bernard.
You can call me Bernie.
Okay, Bernie. Here's my number, and I just write it down on a slip of paper. Make sure, give me a call when you get home. Make sure you got home safe. You have a good night, and I'm gonna go back to the exhibit.
Thanks, young man. Your kind is rare.
You're welcome.
Little do you know he was stupid rich, and you made a good friend.
Hey,
So-
there you go.
You're all back at the. What about? I didn't hear. Rich Boy say he was going to ring bell ringing.
I am gonna start heading towards the gallery because that's where everyone's going, but I specifically want to try to keep an eye out for Alano.
Apologize, I hit you. You don't see him, and when you get to the main room, you realize why. He's standing next to Marielle on the second floor balcony, looking down at everyone.
Okay. I'm gonna just lock like view with him, and just it's that shot of me in the crowd, and I'm just like staring up at him, and I'm not gonna move my eyes.
Okay. Party goers go silent, and she is radiating vitality like a dark angel. All the previous exhaustion you saw in her is completely faded. It's almost like she's manic now. Wild and feral, but still a rich lady in a nice dress put together, but it's in her eyes and the way she moves and her posture.
This is who? I'm sorry.
Marielle Dubois.
Oh.
She addresses the crowd, thanking you all for your attendance. She says, "Will everyone with a skull on their invitations please join us for the unveiling?"
We all had skulls, right?
You check your invitation?
I'm gonna,
Yes.
I'm gonna
Justin,
uncrumple
yours
my
has a skull.
Ooh.
Desmond, yours has a skull.
Ooh.
Doctor, yours has a skull. Jack, yours has a skull. Bennett, yours doesn't. Oh, wrong side. Yours has a skull.
I did not see that coming.
Gabriella's also has a skull. It looks like you and about 30-ish other people had skulls as they file up the stairs. They file you into the... So I know this is confusing, so we're going to keep calling it the artist name. But the Dubois Gallery is where the artist paintings are.
Yeah.
Falkland. So you're in the Falkland Gallery.
That's actually somehow easier for me to follow. That the Dubois Gallery has this guy's art
The
in
Falkland
it.
paintings, yes.
Yeah, like that.
Because it's their, place, right? You file into the gallery, which is moodily lit with somber music. There's you can barely hear them over the crowd the whole night, but there's been a cellist and a pianist playing the whole time. They're in here now playing something dark and medieval. And they close the door quietly behind you to shut out the noise of the rest of the audience. It was invited but not allowed to the private showing.
Was this artist, was he a medieval artist?
No.
No, he's more modern.
He died 5-10 years ago.
Okay, alright.
Yeah. Oh, wait, no, I might actually be wrong about that. I'm crossing the streets again. Hold on.
Okay. I thought you had mentioned he was a more modern artist.
He was, but it might have been a lot longer than 5 or 10 years. That's what I need to check.
Okay.
He's not medieval, but it might be.
Regardless, he would be a modern artist as opposed to a different era. Okay.
As opposed to a medieval.
30 years. More than 30 years.
Okay.
He's been dead.
Relatively modern.
Yeah.
Right.
There were cars.
That's why the paintings have never been together, because he died after he finished the last one, and they got separated by museums and rich people.
Okay.
You see on the far wall, this whole room is empty except for the 9 paintings arranged on the far wall. Muted spotlights are illuminating them with eerie glows. The canvases appear wet, almost as if they were freshly painted. The Tears of Sharaba, however, is closed. It's an enormous case, exquisitely carved by writhing corpses around the sides, some of which are in pain, some of which are in pleasure. And of course, that's going to be unveiled after you look at the other 8. The air is thick with incense coming from bronze braziers, and there's, like I said, the somber music is playing. And there's a pentagram on the floor, carved into a dark circle, and the tip of the pentagram has a triangle in it, glowing from beneath with a really cool special effect. You have no idea how they pulled that off. And it's got names and symbols written around the edges. Desmond recognizes it as a Nokian. And the whole thing is just very much in the right mood and spirit of the artwork. And you are invited to, of course, check out the paintings, to observe them.
I will go in reverse order.
I'm going to have you go in a line so that I can actually send you the pictures. First is the prison. A self-portrait of Auckland, flanked by corpses. This represents the body. I'll give you a moment to look at that in Discord. Next is the coupling. A dark bedroom with crumpled sheets, empty wine bottles, and erotic food, where 2 corpses rest in the afterglow of their copulation, representing passion.
That's nice.
Right? This game's awesome. Next is the Wanderer. Framed in moonlight, a robed figure traverses a vast desert, seeking an indistinct city in the fog, representing intellect.
Representing what?
Intellect. Then you see the 3 angels, a dying man chained atop a pile of skulls reaching towards 3 stone angels, representing imprisonment. Fool's wisdom, a disemboweled man offering his entrails to a seraphim in exchange for divine insight, representing instinct. Autuno Caldo, crucified Vauquelin standing before burning ruins while anarchists dance in the background, representing the sheer force of life. The Feast of Ignorance, showing a scene deep within the Parisian catacombs, with haloed figures examining the stigmata of an emaciated corpse, representing the will. AUTUNNO space CALDO ever. That's the previous one. And last of the uncovered paintings, Triumphator, like it sounds. A halo death standing triumphant over and above Adam and Eve, who slipped blissfully into the churning chaos of purgatory, representing consciousness. After you have time, 5 or 10 minutes to look through the other paintings, she tings her champagne glass again, looks at the other guy, Alano. He simply nods and she says, in an ecstatic, almost reverent tone, "It's time." The walls begin to shimmer. It's like a rusty light leaking through them, and you're all mightily impressed at the special effects. And like the air almost gets heavier, as if they're piping something through the ventilation system.
Can I ask a question really quick?
Sure.
So, based on one of my... What's the terminology in this game? Based on my dark secret, can I try to recognize any of the things that are happening around me? The movement, the thing on the floor, the general...
You can make you can make a perception check, sir.
Okay. I don't know how much I can say out loud. If you want me to talk in code, I can just straight up ask. It's fine.
That's up to you, but you're not familiar with this, but that doesn't mean you won't notice something.
Okay.
You have instincts.
5.
Absorbed in the paintings, because one of them would actually trigger that, I'm sure you know.
Okay.
Also, we can get a perception check. No, an insight check. Is that even what I want? Hold on.
Intuition?
What do I want? I want a soul check from Desmond.
Oh, hell.
Oh. Now it's getting good.
9.
Fascinating. There's definitely something about these paintings, and you're completely absorbed in it, and it's pulling you in, and you like how it makes you feel tingly and cold. You like it. But that light, you're not sure that's a special effect. However, before you have time to react to that, Dubois opens the triptych, revealing the painting inside. Everyone presses forward, and the pentagram's glow intensifies.
Mm-hmm.
The paintings shimmer, and the pigments darken, becoming incredibly realistic. And while everyone is staring at them, and by now you've realizing this is not right, none of you have time to react to Marielle Dubois, who pulls a knife out from behind the tears of Sharaba that was hidden there, and steps forward and plunges it into her husband's side. Blood rushes out from the wound and splatters all over the pentagram. The glow flares like summer lightning, and the blood is consumed into the pentagram like it's sinking into the floor. The air immediately goes rank with the smell of burning copper, and the walls crumble and rot and peel and slip away as something nightmarish is revealed instead. The lights flicker and then sputter out. Everything in the room begins to decay in an alarmingly advanced rate, stripping away what was reality but now seems like a thin veneer between two worlds, revealing whatever was beneath. Within moments, the gallery room shifts completely into something else as the veneer of your real world is just ripped away by rotten entropy.
Oh.
Some of you,
have-
who may remain unnamed, recognize what appears around you, and you're terrified. Hold on, I'm switching music. What you got there, Doctor?
Oh, I was going to say I have an interesting advantage. You said that somebody knows where we are. Might that person be me?
Not yet. There's other people I was referring to, but you will see it.
Okay. Because I am an arcane researcher.
I was referring to horrible backstories.
Oh,
But yes, that will come up momentarily.
gotcha.
And at this moment, Alano erupts, explodes.
There it is.
His skin explodes in chunks and splatters all over everyone nearby, which includes Jack and Bennett, who get splattered with viscera and chunks of skin.
Oh.
And the thing that was inside of him steps out. Most of his skin has been stripped off. Parts of his body are missing and have been replaced with metal. Some of it is stitched together and held together with clamps and wires. Half of his face has been torn away and stapled back onto the other half. He only has one eye. The other one just has a burning crimson inside of it. But even through the horror, you can recognize the form because you've seen the paintings. This is Falkland. Falkland, only 9 feet tall, and some kind of horror. Everyone must roll. Keep it together.
Oh boy.
Where's my key?
I got a 10.
Let's do this in an order. Just, yeah.
Go ahead, Justin.
You want me to go next? Okay. $15 for Justin.
Bennett.
All right, let's see what happens. Is it literally a roll? Keep it together.
Yeah,
with
keep it together.
willpower.
It's
It is
under
a willpower
willpower.
roll.
Yeah. Ooh, nice.
You should
15.
just say, "Don't lose shit."
Yeah, right.
I know. Don't lose your shit. Oh damn.
Des.
Don't lose. I hit it way early.
Oh, you did. Oh, yeah, you did.
Got a 10.
Me, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Why can I not remember your name?
Jack.
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 There you go.
It's the easy one, right?
I
I don't want to, and here's why.
Oh,
Jack got an 8.
that's
And
unfortunate.
I'm the last one with a 20.
Dang!
Wow.
Okay. Justin, what'd you get, sir?
15.
15. You grit your teeth and stay the course. Bennett, what'd you get?
16.
You grit your teeth and stay the course. Desmond.
I got a 10.
Desmond, the effort to resist breaks a little more of your mind. You twitch a little bit harder than you already were. You don't want to be here again. You get your choice of angry, scared, distracted, or haunted.
Ooh.
This is all role playing. No matter which one you pick, you're gonna get -1 to stability.
Right.
Unless you pick distracted, and that's a different penalty.
I was actually gonna pick distracted because I would get distracted by look, shiny body.
That's a -2 roll to any time Inferno is terrifying you.
Outstanding.
What'd you get, Jack?
8.
Oh, Jack. The strain is too much for your mind to handle.
Oh no.
your stability drops to what? Are you at composed or do you start at a lower level? I don't remember.
I think
one of you
wouldn't know
can never
where-
be at full stability. I don't remember which of you that is. Is that you, Ever? That's Ever. You're good. Bennett can never go above a certain level of stability.
Right, because
He's unstable.
life.
Right.
The universe.
So you drop from composed to uneasy, which is moderate stress, Jack. It's a -1 disadvantage to rolls, but in addition to that, you panic. And you can describe how you panic when we get to that in a moment. But you lose your shit for a minute, and somebody will have to calm you down. And I believe you said you got a 20, right, Doc?
Yeah.
This is clearly the most amazing digital special effects ever.
Well done.
Bravo!
He hovers over Marielle, the released Falkland horror, for a moment, and she looks up at him with rapture and adoration, and he sweeps her into an intimate embrace. Despite what his face looks like, she kisses him passionately, and he kisses her back, smearing viscera all over her face, which is quite disgusting, but she seems highly into it. At first he's gentle, but then he begins to embrace her harder, and you can actually see bits of the metal and machinery implanted into him reach out and start puncturing into her. Her eyes fly open in realization and terror. A moment too late, her flesh rapidly calcifies, and giant stone wings explode out of her back like a reverse blood eagle, stripping the flesh from her back and exposing her spinal cord for a moment before the whole thing calcifies. And she grows in monstrous size into some kind of terrible, horrible stone angel, but yet still able to move.
Like from the painting?
Yes.
Like the Seraphim.
Like Seraphim, only stone. Still able to move even though it's clear every movement's agony. He pushes her away and she stumbles into the audience. Panic immediately ensues and the patrons rush for the only apparent exit. The first one there screams, "It's chained shut from the other side!"
Oh, Jesus.
And people rush the door anyways, and you might be swept up in the tide and trampled. Roll reflexes, starting with Justin.
Here we go. 13.
Okay, and then 13. You avoid the worst of it, but you still get knocked down, spin around, and land bad on your arm. You can feel something pull. You partially sustain harm.
Idiots!
Which means now you can roll fortitude to try to see how badly the harm affects you. +2 is partial harm.
Okay, so fortitude +2?
Correct.
8.
Okay. The injury, like, you land on your arm real bad. Even though it's not like a terrible injury, you definitely tore some ligaments there.
Okay.
This means let's see.
Yeah, how do damage?
Yeah. You gain the boo-boo condition.
Deciding if I want to jump you straight to a serious wound or not.
I need to have Tommy John surgery.
Yeah, so you seriously wound your arm, you have 1 serious wound. You can suffer 4 serious wounds before they become critical, and then it's life-threatening. If you treat a serious wound, then it doesn't affect you anymore, but until it's treated, you have a -1 penalty to everything.
Okay. So, with the way that this sheet is built out, you have the serious wounds on the left, and you have stabilized on the right.
Yep.
Mhm.
So what's the difference between stabilized and just removing the serious wound?
You lose the penalty once you stabilize it, but it still takes time to heal. You don't remove the wound, you remove the penalty.
So multiple wounds can build up over multiple combats even if it's stabilized? Okay.
Right.
Alright, okay.
Correct.
Cool.
Kind of like real life, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can put a sling on your arm and it's okay,
but it still hurt. Got
You
it.
should also all mark your
Yeah.
current position on stability now. Composed for all of you except Bennett, who's always at shaken, and for Jack, who's now at uneasy. So make sure you mark where you're at there too, because that's about to go nuts.
Sweetness.
Yay.
Okay, Bennett, make your reflexes roll.
14.
14, you avoid the worst of it. But you get spun around and knocked down too. Roll endurance +2. Fortitude +2.
11 plus 2, 13.
13. The injury throws you off balance, so you don't actually take a wound. But you still take a -1 penalty to rolls until you can pull yourself up off the floor and shake it off. Basically, you hit the floor real hard and it jarred you, and you're like, for a minute. Because it's a hard marble floor.
For a straight minute. Just.
Desmond,
Hit my funny bone.
reflex. Yeah. But luckily for you, all you
10.
did was rattle it instead of ripping tendons. You got a 10? Again, you avoid the worst of it. You actually get knocked into a wall. And when you hit the wall, all the food you were saving in your pockets gets knocked out and scattered across the floor. Stepped on, squished, and ruined.
No. Why?
And because you're already freaking out and already crazy and now suddenly going slightly crazier, you're -1 to everything for the rest of the scene too.
Awesome.
But no wounds or penalties. All right, Jack, roll it.
I'm gonna mourn my
Reflex.
food.
I'm avoiding ham.
What did you get? 15 or higher?
12.
12. You avoid the worst of it, but again, you actually go to try to help Gabrielle because you see Bennett get knocked down, but in so doing, you get tripped and stepped on. Roll Fortitude. +2.
Go on. $12.
That's with the +2.
Yep.
Okay. Steps right on your kidney. You know that pain in the middle of in the side of your back. You can't ever get rid of, no matter how you twist. -1.
Can
for
I
the rest of
can
the
I
scene.
swing at that guy?
I mean, you can't even
that
tell who it
hurts.
was because you got knocked on your face and someone stepped on you. Everyone is trampling towards the door. You don't know who to punch. Last but not least, Doc. Reflex first.
Doc. 12.
So
And Fortitude, as you actually, the now stone lady rushing away from the crowd in pain and horror actually smacks you and you go sliding backwards.
Do I get that +2 as well?
Yes.
13.
13. I'm going to call that one close enough. You hit the wall momentarily stunned, but no penalties or damage.
is that? Are we marking off our? Just to be clear, that is a wound now, and we have -1.
No. Only Steve took a wound. The rest of you just took a -1 penalty for being shaken, basically.
Okay.
You don't lose any stability or wounds except for Justin. Took a serious wound. You lost stability for the keep it together roll, though, Jack. Separate from this.
I got you.
At this point, shit escalates as you all try to stand up and pull yourselves off and away from the trampling crowd as you realize things are pulling themselves from the paintings. Things that look like, to you, Desmond, like what you saw on the other side of the screen. Flayed, torn apart, ripped, stapled together, hammered together, nailed together, clamped together horrors, pulling themselves out of the paintings and falling to the floor with wet splotches and slaps. And other things too that look like fucking zombies.
I've seen this. This is bad. I've seen this before. We should go. We should definitely go. Yeah, we should go. This is not good for right now. I don't have the right amount of steps to do this, so we should probably go.
Okay. Now you can actually put yourselves in order so you know what action you're taking things in. So go ahead and pick your initiative order.
Ooh.
I'm going to go somewhere close to last, I think.
Well, aren't you our punch man?
Yeah,
Yes.
you don't want to go last as Punch Man, unlike other games. You're not.
All right, Ed, I mean, I'll go.
How many?
I'm not going to go
zombies?
first. I'm not going to go first, but that's only because like this place is majorly fucking with my head at this point.
Okay.
So I'll go like second or third. Second is fine.
How many zombies?
And they're still pulling themselves out. The answer is a lot.
Yeah.
They're going to keep pouring into the room until either you get out or die. It's not going to stop.
Like I said, I do not have enough steps to do
More
this. I'm out
zombies
of
than your
step.
body has room for.
And where are they? They're coming out of the
Paintings.
painting.
They're just pouring out of the paintings.
Yeah. Okay. Just clarifying. Okay.
It'd be a few a turn every turn until it's just dead people and zombies in the room.
Sure.
I will go first if no one wants to go first.
I'll go second.
I'll go after him.
I'll go next? Question mark.
So confident.
Steve's like, hard pass?
Like it is kind of hard that we do our own initiative. It's like, yeah, fucky.
Well,
After
I mean,
years of being told to roll initiative, it is hard to do. I have no
Actually-
choice. What?
Actually, can I?
Exactly.
Actually,
Can
can
we
I
not
make
just
can I make
leave?
a request?
yeah,
Actually, can I go first?
yeah.
Okay.
If you, I just was gonna go first because I didn't think anybody else wanted to go first.
No, I think the thing that I can do best would actually benefit us going first.
Okay, then I will go whenever I'm needed.
Who's second?
I'll
The
go.
doc or
I
the bruiser?
hear Punch Man needs to go.
Okay,
close
okay.
to
I need to go towards the beginning, so
So Justin, Jack, who's third? Is that you, Doc?
sure.
Yeah.
I'll go
And
after
then
the doctor.
Bennett and Desmond, who's last of you two.
I'm going last. Oh.
Considering this is the first time I've ever played this, I'm not really
First time
sure.
all of us have played this.
Well, yeah, exactly, but
It's
you
a
know.
lot like the initiative for
Kanan.
Bugmire, or what else do we play where you pick your initiative?
From they came from.
Yes.
Yeah.
Story Path, yeah.
I think I'll go
Similar.
last.
Okay. Justin, Jack, Doc, Desmond, Bennett.
Okay.
Different priorities, so I'll be asking you to do different things when you take your actions, just so you know. Justin, I think it's time to make that check you wanted to make.
Oh.
Mm.
Wait.
Go ahead and make a soul roll with the bonuses from your occult thing.
Thank you. Thank you. Crap. What bonuses do I get from my?
It's +2, I think.
Let's take a lookity look.
Most of those powers are +2.
It doesn't actually say anything about.
What's the language of the ability without necessarily giving away the ability to the
That's
players?
what I'm saying. It doesn't actually have any language for the dark secret.
Oh, alright, the dark secret doesn't necessarily give you power. I thought you had a advantage.
Yeah.
No, I'm still learning the system, so I'm looking
I
at some of
think
these
I know what
things.
he's asking.
Yeah. Okay.
Out of character.
That's okay. It's all good. I'm gonna still roll like the soul roll.
You have occult knowledge though, right? That was
So that's the thing. When I
What are your advantages?
my
Tell me
advantages
that.
are elite education, collector, and data retrieval. So no, I don't have the occult thing because
Okay.
when we ask
In
these
that case-
questions,
In that case,
yeah.
make just a soul roll with no bonus.
Okay, that's fine. Here we go. Boom! 19.
Nice. Yes. This entire room, perhaps even the entire gallery, Let's transition to Inferno. You're in hell.
Yeah, boy.
Physically in hell.
Okay.
This is worst case scenario.
Okay.
Make it keep it together roll.
God damn.
-1.
Okay.
Oh,
With the
that
minus
means you're
one,
at my-
it's a 12.
12. Okay. So,
Does that make him -2?
no, I was reminding him of his -1. I
Oh,
wasn't
okay.
giving him an extra -1.
Oh, okay. So I was like, dang,
Oh.
that's rough.
So, terrified or distracted? Which do you prefer?
Terrified?
-1 to your stability with the attendant penalty.
So uncanny? Nope.
Uneasy. Yeah.
I am blind.
And you are scared, so you become uneasy. Correct.
-1 to disadvantage rolls. Okay.
Now, in this first scenario, we're making a house rule, which we'll look up in the book later to see if we're correct or not. But because this is the first scenario and it's deadly enough, wound penalties plus mental penalties will overlap. We'll take the worst. They won't stack. So if you have -1 from mental and -1 from physical, it's just -1. But if
Okay.
you have -2 from physical and -1 from mental, you're at -2.
So
Whatever is worse is what you take.
So what's a disadvantage roll specifically? Is it anything in which you have a disadvantage?
That's the cult language for -1 to everything. You just get -1 to all your rolls because you're scared.
Okay. Okay.
It's saying you have a -1 disadvantage.
Okay. -1
Yeah.
to disadvantage rolls. It seemed
Right.
like that was a specific type of roll. But okay. Alright.
Right,
Cool.
right. The reason that disadvantage is universal, but it will specify when it's not. So, like, if you look at Sirius, keep it together is only at -1 still, but everything else drops to -2. That's why there's a separation. Some things don't accelerate at the same level.
Okay.
So, like, I'll actually get that out of the book. Hold on. Because that does matter. I didn't ask for page 1167. I asked for page 167. Okay,
Lies.
so when you have your disadvantages that are on your character sheet,
Mm-hmm.
anytime those apply, you're at a penalty. But if the penalty applies to everything. So if your dark secret or disadvantage is in play, the penalty applies to the rolls. So for you, Justin, everything's at -1 because of your dark secret, which is a
Sure.
disadvantage. However, if like your disadvantage was I have a stalker, stalker isn't stalking you, that roll isn't penalized. When you go farther down the list, things start to get worse. Now you're taking penalties to saves too, not just specific rolls.
So I could have -1, -2, but if my disadvantage, quote unquote, is not in play,
It wouldn't apply, right?
Got it.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I have actual disadvantages.
That's
Got
why-
it. Okay.
That's why you'll notice on the physical ones, it just says ongoing.
It just says
because
ongoing.
That literally is everything.
Okay, that's kind of why I was unsure
Yeah.
because of the disadvantage language, but that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, it makes more sense at least than it did.
And in this
a minute
first
ago.
scenario, you will take the worst of all possible worlds instead of stacking. What would normally happen is if you had a -1 physical penalty and a -1 disadvantage, you're at -2 to disadvantage rolls.
Sure.
But for
Right.
the sake of the atrocity exhibition, you'll just take the worst, whatever the worst is.
Okay. Alright. So, with that all having been said, I'm now terrified. I know that we are in hell, or inferno.
And that was a mental thing, so you can still make it if you want.
So what I want to do is kind of like I'm on the ground. I'm like grabbing my arm, and it's like, elbows like kind of all busted up, and I'm like trying to scoot up against the wall and do as much as I can to have these idiots stop trampling me. And I yell out to Jack, Jack, you ham-fisted idiot, help me! Get these people off from me! Break that door down!
I like.
And I want to try to use my charisma to actually assist him, whether that's pissing him off or calling him a name.
Right.
But I want to, if
Inspirational
I can
shouts.
use can I use like charisma to inspire Jack to?
Yes, player moves, by the way, are page 123 of the core book. If it makes it easier, I'll try to get some cheat sheets going by the next time we go.
Okay.
But, yes, avoid harm, endure injury, keep it together. Those are all player moves. Act under pressure, engage in combat, influence other, read a person, observe a situation, investigate. So yeah, in this case, you're influencing.
Those are all on the character sheet. So when I read influence,
nice.
Yeah, when I read influence others, I'm like, it doesn't say influence NPC. I was hoping I could influence.
You can. There's different effects based on what you get from the roll.
Okay, I'm just hoping to give him like a +1 or +2 on his punch shit roll. So.
Yep. Go ahead and roll it, which
All right.
is charisma.
Okay, here we go.
Don't forget you're at -1.
-1.
This is disadvantage. Yeah.
10.
10. Success with complications. The influencing character picks only one of the options above to come into effect. Either +1 roll bonus for doing it or a penalty. So +1, yes.
Yes, please.
+1 on your action, John. Jack, if your action is any of the things he said. You can still do your own thing, but you wouldn't get the bonus.
Right. So I'm going to like.
I do call you a ham-fisted idiot.
oh no, he definitely like he's lost for a half second, just like what? And then I hear ham-fisted idiot, and he's like, "Oh, that rich motherfucker say what?"
Nice.
And to be fair, Jack doesn't hate all rich people,
Just
Right.
just the pompous assholes.
Right. So, go ahead and roll act under pressure. Jack, which is a coolness roll.
Could I roll violence instead? I just want to charge up
Act
the
under
fucking
pressure.
door.
Well, that's why I need you to roll act under pressure. If you fail, yes, you can charge the door.
Alright, act under pressure. Where is it?
That's a coolness roll. +1
Coolness
from your
roll,
bonus.
okay.
Well, plus no penalty because you have the mental
Right.
penalty. It's just a straight roll.
Alright, baby, here we go. Oh, 12.
12.
12.
+1.
No,
no,
I already
never
have
mind. It's
minus
the wrong
1.
roll.
You eliminated
yeah.
his penalty, yeah.
No, that was the wrong roll.
So, you hesitate for a second because you really want to rush the door, so you can't do anything till your next turn. But you realize that door is metal and chained shut. The walls are plastered. Time to Hulk through the fucking wall.
What did they say about the Juggernaut?
That's correct. Like, it might take you some effort, but you'll get through the wall. You're not getting through the door. Doc. It's your turn. Uh-oh, I think Dwayne's frozen. I think we lost Dwayne.
No, because that's gonna throw off all the cams. No.
I know, it's gonna be Doom.
No, that's
Right at the
literally
end
the
of the-
worst possible that it could happen.
Right at the end of the
too.
session,
Dwayne.
Doom.
Oh no, and
Okay.
he just messaged, I think my internet just died. No!
No.
That's okay. I was gonna go through to the end of the round anyways before we pause, so we'll just jump to Desmond. He's
Oh,
back,
he
but
back?
he's not back yet, so
Yeah,
we'll
I'm
let
back.
Desmond go. Oh, there you are. Okay, Doc,
All
your
right.
turn.
His
I'm back.
voice,
Yeah.
but not his face. Oh
Oh,
my
my
god.
face isn't back?
No,
No.
your face isn't back.
Your face
No,
is
but that's
stuck.
fine. What would you like to do with your turn? While you weird everyone out, which is appropriate. Did we lose you again?
Dwayne.
Yep. We're gonna go to Desmond and wait on and see what happens to Jack. Desmond.
Right, so I'm gonna try and collect myself after bouncing off the wall like a pinball.
Okay,
What?
what action do you want to take?
I'm actually going to try and turn and take in the sight of what's happening.
To achieve what?
I want to see if there's any kind of like runes written anywhere, like big ass runes or anything that I can see that I can probably take a mental image of to translate to look up when we get out of here to see what the hell all of that was.
Okay,
Like if there's any
act
kind of
under
symbols or
pressure,
anything.
roll coolness.
Alrighty.
Yes, you're
15.
back. All right, you were able to take a fast mental snapshot of the pentagram that's obviously the catalyst. You can deal with that when you want. All right, Doc, what are you going to do?
I was confused because I thought I was back. There was like, yeah, you can hear me. And I started talking, and then everybody just started talking to something else.
We heard like
right,
5 words, and then you died on us again.
Oh. Was Jack able to make it through the door? That was when I cut out.
No, Jack was able to keep it together and realize that he needs to go through the wall. There's no getting through the door. However, he
No
didn't
getting
roll
through
well
the
enough
door.
to do it on this turn,
And he's got to go through the wall?
which is going to take a hot second, yeah. You're not getting through the door, though. It's a metal door chained shut.
Alright. We can only do one move per turn, right?
It depends. Like, sometimes I might let you do a chain if it's appropriate.
Alright, so... What side of the door are the hinges on? Are
The
they
other
on
side.
the outside?
Yeah.
They're on the other side? Okay. I was gonna say, well, I'll try and get the hinges off, but
It's a good thought.
never mind that. Then I will move. Obviously, not understanding why things are coming out of paintings.
Right.
I will move to knock the paintings face first onto the ground.
Moving towards the paintings, roll coolness. -1.
Coolness -1. Oh dear. 2.
Oh my.
Oh no!
That's unfortunate.
That will be a perfect
Oh, dear.
closer to the round in the session. So, Bennett, what would you like to do with your turn?
So, I've actually been researching it while everyone else is going. And I would like to use my Daredevil skill,
Okay.
which is whenever I'm entering a dangerous situation, roll perception. And it gains me, if I'm reading this correctly, depending on the points, 3 edges or 2 edges or 1 edge.
Yeah. What's your
Basically,
bonuses?
yeah.
+1, +2, or +3. Yeah. What is it you want to do?
I think try and get this thing back into its painting.
Which thing? There are half a dozen things out of the painting now.
The artist.
The artist
original
didn't come
artist.
from the painting. He was in the skin suit of another guy. He burst
Oh,
out
shit.
from inside a guy.
I want to
Yeah.
shove him into the triptych.
Okay. He's nowhere near it. But you could try, yes.
Judo throw that
Okay.
bitch. Just like.
Okay. We'll see how that goes.
Roll violence.
Wait, roll violence or roll perception? Because.
Violence to push.
Okay. Well, because if I'm
Performance?
if I'm rolling for, so Daredevil has me roll for perception for edges.
Oh, yeah. You get to do that to see what your bonus is. Correct.
Okay. How the
What you get?
Wow.
thanks?
So that's +1. Because you can't do worse than +1. So that means you roll violence +1.
Meh.
9 or lower is +1, 10 to 14 is +2, 15 or higher is +3.
11 total.
11. This ended very perfectly for the end of the session. So,
God.
I go crazy and you don't half chop somebody.
3 things happen simultaneously in escalating order of terribleness.
Oh, great.
Exponential terror.
Yes. Gabriella
I'm listening.
falls under the crowd and is trampled. Someone's going to have to save her ass.
Oh shit.
She is all of your friend
That fine ass.
and former lover. 2, the doc throws himself at the paintings and is pulled to the ground and covered in the dead. They begin tearing at him.
Wow, I got the second baddest one? Jesus Christ.
Bennett rushes up to the 9-foot-tall horror from hell and shoves it and bounces off of it. And it was paying no attention to any of you. It looks down at you. And
Shit.
it locks eyes with you.
Cool.
And, hold on.
And you die.
It locks eyes with you,
Explode.
and you see Bennett start shaking, and then Bennett just screams like a throat-tearing scream, and blood starts pouring out of his eyes. And that's where we pause until next session.
Oh shit! I didn't even go through the
Great.
class.
So I'm gonna be getting eaten alive for the next 2 weeks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yes,
They
that
take
picture
really
is
slow
accurate.
bites.
In Discord, you basically shoved Bennett.
And it's that head turn that he does
Yeah.
to you.
That.
And you see hell in his eyes, and the inferno is shoved into your brain, and we'll deal with that next time.
Dope.
Oh, we are
mean-
so fucked.
You know,
Oh shit!
Oh boy.
I meant for that to happen. That's
It's actually about perfect, yes. Well, viewers, the time has come to leave our sacred temple and let them close their eyes to the horrors of what they've seen beyond this world. We'll leave them trapped in the inferno until next session. However, we will inevitably return to pick at the scabs of this lie, since they're too invested now to turn back. 9 p.m. Eastern Time in 2 weeks, and until then, we have a bunch of other terrifying tales and awesome adventures you can enjoy. You can catch me, Eldritch Echoes, GMing all of our horror games, which get escalatingly worse as the week progresses. Mondays are Chronicle of Darkness. No Time for Reality. Wednesdays, the last session of Ghost Hunters this week during Halloween week. Next Friday, our Halloween special, A Night at the Sanitarium. We also have all of our awesome adventures, which are less scary but still fun to watch. On Sundays, Conan Adventures, The Age Undreamed Of. On Tuesdays, Dungeon of the Mad Mage, and on Thursdays, our Pugmire Holiday Special after they wrap up their Starfinder games. Doom Seekers of Enlightenment. Let the viewers know where they can catch you next and what other cool things you're doing online.
That's probably me. Hi. My name is.
I'm not the only one.
My name is once again still Steve, and may continue to be Steve for a time. And you can find me on the internet at Voodoo Arcade, and you can find me here next on Sunday playing the Nordheimer Barbarian Rage Man, and then we'll find me again until Wednesday, where we will play our finale of Ghost Hunter ? Aha, yes.
Yes.
Finale. And then also our finale of Starfinder on Thursday. So once again, it's our big season finale episodes coming up next week. Tune in, check it out. And back here next Friday for Not Kult.
Alien?
Alien.
I'm going to just call it Not Kult.
Okay.
Nobody listens to me. Halloween special, A Night at the Sanitarium with Travis.
Why I just said Not Kult.
you're in trouble.
I think I'm in trouble.
I'm always in trouble.
That's different, though.
Don't nod. You don't know. You don't know me. Okay, you do. But anyway, you can find me on the internet as Changeling Ever. Really enjoying this ending song, which is pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Apparently my little head bop is trademark and the DM loves it, so yeah, you can find me in all the games that Vorpal Tales has to offer, except for the games on Saturdays, because Saturday games don't exist, at least not yet, until the 7th, which is going to be an awesome fundraiser that you should attend and throw money at, because it helps children and it's going to help fight COVID, because fuck COVID.
Fuck COVID.
Everyone, double birds to COVID.
COVID.
Dang it, I couldn't even get the DM to do double birds. Oh, anyway.
That's a screenshot.
He's above
DM
us.
was in the middle of typing.
Okay, well, thank you for watching, and hope you've had a spooky woo evening with us. I could totally play this all the time. Thank you. Have a good night.
And I am Dr. Lucian Nelson. You can find me on the internet at Made of Kimchi. The next time you guys will see me is Tuesday for Mad Mage, then again Thursday for some Starfinder, and then Friday for the holiday special. Other than that, I'm just here.
And I have been and will continue to be Tim for the foreseeable immediate future. Hopefully. Not entirely sure yet. I don't know. You will see me on the internet at Othellos99. I will be back. What the hell is that Friday? I will be back Sunday for Conan, Three Black Coffins, which is fantastic. And then I'll be back again on Thursday for Starfinder, and then Friday for the Halloween Spooky Woo special.
Yeah. All right, and then totally don't always fuck the ending up for whatever goddamn reason. So I am going to be back here. My name is John J3Billion on the Twitters. I'm going to be back here on the Wednesday. We are doing that on the Onyx Path channel, and I'm looking forward to Name Escapes Me Not Buying Time. Yeah, Chimera House, Escape from Chimera House. And then we're doing the Thursdays, the Starfinders. Going to have an epic wrap up of that. Hopefully we're going to find out what's in the vault and not let the, XX 6969 hacker XX out and into the galaxy, because that's totally what we're going to do, because we're awesome like that. As long as we get the vault, we don't care. And then back here on Friday for, again, not this game, not Kult. So we're gonna do a Halloween special. It's gonna be great. I'm excited. And then just one more thing, you need to vote. It's really important that we all vote.
Somebody disagrees with you.
Just fucking vote, please. That's it. I'm done.
Now for our Ride or Die viewers. XP time, then player votes. First off, for the next session, you all need to pick 2 things that you want your characters to do. From that point on, once you complete any one of the 2, the other players will pick for you. They'll give you a recommendation list that you can choose from. So, Steve, next session, what 2 things do you want to do with your character? Not these can't be like escape the monsters, like character growth things.
Shit.
Basically aspirations.
Yeah, that's just hard to do on the spot like this. I'm gonna go with research and find at least one secret about these paintings and their occult history. So basically use my research abilities to learn more about what the fuck's happening here.
Okay. And you can make a second one, escape back to Elysium if you want, and you get out of hell.
Oh,
I mean, I assume we're gonna have to move the game along. So that's
but that doesn't mean you have to do it with them.
Deuces, I'm out.
There's a big difference between escape hell and help my friends escape hell.
I was gonna say leave them behind.
Yeah.
No.
Fitting.
No.
No, you would be like, okay, I'm only going to take 1/10 of you out of hell. You'll still be alive, but you'll be a shell. It's fine.
Oh shit! And then the second one would be
Challenge yourself. Get a dark secret from Falkland. That'd be juicy.
ooh.
The guy trying to kill us?
Yeah, well, he's not trying to kill you yet. He pulled you into hell. He pulled the building into hell.
Okay.
The only person who's died so far is the husband.
Okay, so in the mundane world, research the paintings and find out something about them. But then also the second one would be actually get a secret from Falkland.
Yes.
Okay.
However you can.
All right, I like that. Let's do that.
Write him down, Doc.
No.
No.
Well, I guess this time we'll keep it easy. We'll get escape with the party
Okay.
for one, and then maybe using some of my research type stuff.
Discover a rational explanation for this.
To see, well, no, the rational explanation for Anne.
Now remember, as we discussed in the first session, motivation or goals in this game aren't the same as aspirations in like an Onyx Path game. If Dwayne did pick find a rational explanation for this, we know he's going to fail. If he tries, he gets the reward. It doesn't matter what the outcome is. So yes, find a rational explanation for seeing Anne. Okay, write him down. Jack.
Yeah, that's my name. I am wanting to. Ever's girlfriend is being crushed at the moment. I would like to make her from not being crushed. That would be great. And then
Make it wider than that and say, keep Gabriella alive. Open-ended.
Okay, keep her alive.
That's one.
Or keep my friends alive.
Keep as many of them as you can. Yes. Okay, that's one.
And then the second one, I'm gonna go with the traditional berserker move of fuck something up.
Hell yeah.
Let's make it more specific. Find a proper target for your rage, a real target, not just a random thing, something that actually would trigger you to really let unleash on.
Okay, so find
Something connected to what really pisses you off here in hell and punch it.
Not me.
find an abuse.
Remember, your wife was dragged into the inferno.
Am I starting to remember that? Because
You never forgot that. You purged parts of it from your memory, but not the fact that it was this place, which you don't know yet, but you'll easily know next session when you get out of this room. You'll have that epiphany and go, if I see anything here that resembles the things that took my wife, I'm gonna punch it.
yeah, let's do that. Fuck a triggering monster up.
And Desmond won't be here, so we skip him for now, and we move to Bennett.
Well, can I still put them for someone to try and attain for me?
No, because that doesn't count.
Ah, damn it.
Doom.
You won't be here?
I will be moving.
He's moving to Georgia. You'll still get full XP because I'm gonna let someone roleplay you, but no one's gonna do your aspirations for you. That's no fun. We
Oh,
want
I
to
thought
do
you were.
that.
I thought you were moving next week for some reason.
Nope,
2
I'm
weeks.
moving in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Well, we won't even be playing this in 2 weeks.
No. Yeah, we will.
Wait, what-
This coming Friday would have been Alien. In 2 weeks would be this again.
Oh, so
Alien
we're
gets
gonna
skipped
skip Alien. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And
Because
to
of
be
Halloween.
honest, no one can do the stabby stab like you can. Except maybe
That's
Dwayne.
correct.
I think Dwayne could pull it off.
Devin.
What you got, Bennett?
Maybe Devin.
Oh,
Oh,
fellas, your face. It's just a beauty to behold. I don't think anybody can do it just like you. Like it is very unique, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
See me when I have coffee.
Keep Gabriella alive is an easy one.
I mean, I want to keep my girlfriend alive, but I'm kind of in the middle of like trying to get rid of this monster thing here.
No. Keep Gabriella alive for the entire session, not for one scene.
Oh.
These are bigger than one moment aspirations, yes.
Oh, hi, Jessica.
Jeez.
Don't let her die. Even if you fail, as long as you try hard, you get the award.
Nah, I don't want to let her die.
That'd be one. What's the other one?
Yeah, you win even if you give it the whole college try.
This game is not about winning. You haven't figured that out yet.
Attempt to get this thing in a painting?
You won't be able to, so don't pick that. Like, if you keep attacking the Cenobite, you will die. Your character will die.
Oh shit.
You cannot
it's a
defeat the Cenobite.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Yeah, we're in hell.
Attack the painting.
Well, that would fall more under figure out what it requires to hurt the thing keeping you here.
That.
Okay, write it down.
You're welcome.
Now, you all get 1 XP for showing up and playing. You also get another XP because we didn't have personal goals this time. And ask yourselves as a group, not individuals, did you discover anything new about the truth? You got sucked into hell. Yes.
Yeah.
Plus 1 XP, up to 3 now. Have you
XPs.
learned as a group anything new about your characters? I can help you with the first session by saying Doc, yes. Because he saw someone that terrified him and it messed him up.
It's supposed to be gone.
You all saw how Justin treats his lovers as a public group.
It's food.
Well, you didn't see that part, but you saw them walk out and immediately treat each other like dirt, like I'm done with you. It's not, you didn't see the eating of the emotions bit. You saw Bennett feel left out and ignored by his girlfriend, and it affected him emotionally, being treated as a lesser thing when Gabriella was flirting with everyone.
Oh yeah.
With Desmond, I don't know what any of you really saw. When he Desmond out, he was alone, so let's think.
That he takes.
He doesn't eat enough.
He takes advantage of a buffet when he can.
Ah!
Constantly starving with a high fuel consumption requirement. Sure, that counts. And that just leaves Jack. Which, yes, because Bennett, you saw Jack actually.
He's a good tipper.
Yeah, he's a good tipper, yeah, but no, you saw Jack actually go out of his way to help that old man.
Yeah, he's a good person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's kind and compassionate to his elders.
Hmm.
Still, they're up to 4. And last but not least,
do we have
did
to
you
learn
challenge
something
yourselves?
about every character to get that XP?
No, I would let you do a majority most sessions. At least 3 of you.
I would say
Or
that
a
Bennett-
major revelation that everyone sees with one person would also count.
What was the last thing you wanted? Did we what
Did
ourselves?
you challenge yourselves? All of you.
I would say so for Bennett, going after the big bad guy instead of escaping.
Yes.
I tried to figure out the summoning circle on the ground.
Yes.
I mean, if we're gonna talk about just like generic, I challenged a character who was not socially adept into talking down a person who was on the edge of a cliff.
Yes, you did, Doc.
I mean, I kind of had the same situation where I defused the fight between the between Mary and the Mr. Nassan.
That
Twice
just
in a
leaves-
day. I jumped between 2 people fighting. That's not
I don't
me.
care. Yes.
And didn't get hit.
And didn't get hit.
And that just leaves Justin.
Justin. I don't think I did. I actually just played to Justin's strengths, and I if I'm being honest, I wouldn't let you guys think different. I don't think I was challenged necessarily.
I mean, I'm kind of on the same boat. I mean, yeah, I did that, which was kind of not what he does, but I wouldn't really consider that challenging myself.
Yeah.
Challenging myself would be like,
The way this is supposed to work is you're supposed to decide and you're supposed to be honest about it. So if you think no, then no. You're being honest about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't consider anything that Justin did tonight challenging him per se. I mean, except of course being dragged to fucking hell and
Right, which was out of your control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess that next session I will have many.
So then, yes, Doc and Justin 4 XP, the rest of you 5.
Yay.
This isn't supposed to exist.
Wait a minute.
And
Where-
vote for the audience. XP's down towards the bottom somewhere. It's a weird
I'm
spot.
just gonna
on the side.
I didn't see it.
I'm just gonna stick it in notes.
It is not on the
It's not on the
Astral
sheet.
sheet.
That's fine.
Oh, okay.
Stick it in notes.
I just put it under appearance.
I don't even think it's called experience, and this one has got a different name for it. Maybe that's why we're not seeing it.
Advancement.
Yes.
Oh.
So you might. Oh, sorry, Tyler. I didn't want to
Go
jump in. So for those who have 5 XP, you can choose one of the following options and add 1. Add 1 dot. You can increase one active attribute by +1 to a max of +3. You can do this 5 times. You can increase one passive attribute +1 to a max of +3. You can only do this 2 times.
He doesn't mean twice at once. He means total
Total. So
Ever.
like if you do it twice, you can't ever do it again.
to that attribute.
Yeah. You can increase one attribute or any attribute +1 to a max of 4 one time. Or you can select a new advantage from your archetype. You can do that twice.
Oh, so I can take Occult Secrets.
Yes.
Ooh.
Once you
That
have 5
one's
XP,
sexy.
yes.
And then after you get 5, so pretty much 25 XP, then you can choose from another list, or you can
Okay.
continue
After
with
25
Yeah.
XP, then I let you advance to the next archetype, the next level up.
Cool.
There's 3 total levels, the final level being super creepy weird shit.
advance your character to an enlightened archetype. That's the only choice you have.
Yeah. You can also save it for other more expensive things, but we can also deal with that before the next session for those of you that need help, which is fine. Last but not least, all of our players get to vote for any other player for any reason for the session to encourage each other, and anyone who receives a vote in this game gets +2 to any one roll of their choice. This still obeys the game cap of +3 to any one roll max.
Oh crap! I forgot that.
So let's start with Justin, because you're at the top of my list.
This might be the easiest vote I've ever done. Not that everyone else wasn't awesome, but it's definitely going to Ever and Bennett for punching the goddamn monster at the end of the session.
Yep.
Like, just
I did not see that coming.
So mark that down anywhere convenient on your sheet. It's a +2 to any roll.
I don't think you realize. Wait, hold on. Okay, I'm not muted. Okay. I don't think you realize how perfect that scene like really would play out in the head movie that I've got going on, where your character is just running up and just like punching the 9-foot-tall super demon, and then it just goes.
Yeah.
Like that's just perfect. So thank you for that.
Yes, that's a perfect moment for a Hellraiser movie that's in no way based on. All right,
Yeah.
Doc, who gets your vote?
My vote is going to go to Justin. Because I liked the immense role playing that the doctor doesn't know, but Dwayne knows to his archetype. And I saw all the creepy, weird shit he's trying to do. Weird person. The doc kind of knows. He's got a smelling for the weird. And you're a little weird.
Correct. All right, Jack.
Oh, apologies. I'm going. Mine is going to Ever. For kind of. Hold on. Be patient. Oof. Is going to Ever just for going with me on the old man trip and making sure he was all right. Like
All right.
I kind of really enjoyed that moment. So there we go.
Desmond.
My vote is actually gonna go to Steve. for all of the great roleplay that he did tonight. Because even though I wasn't there, because I was stuffing my face with cocktail weenies and shrimp, because that's what I would actually freaking do in real life. I thought it was just fantastically played out, and he played his character exceptionally well this evening.
And Bennett.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to jump on the Steve bandwagon. Because what's the first thing he does?
Stabby.
Scopes out prey. Motherfucker.
Yep.
Could that be a prelude to something?
And audience, don't forget, check out our website, vorpaltales.com. Links to everything, including our Discord and all of our social media. Come hang out with us. But until then, allow yourself to drift off to sleep. Even if you're missing your eyelids and can't close your eyes. Either way, dream of seeing past the illusion. And we'll see you again next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.